We're on.
Yeah, who wants to recap last week? Or not last week, the last session from 2 weeks ago, actually.
Recap if you want.
Go for it.
So we had gotten back after finding evidence of the prophecy that we had discovered that Phoenix is definitely not in denial about. And realizing Phoenix was a little stressed, Gwilrick decided to take Phoenix out for some drinks. They had some heart-to-heart, learned a little bit about a prophecy regarding Gwilrick as well, and generally got wasted while talking about how the universe is playing a comedic joke on them. Then we proceeded to the next day wake up with some convincing.
That way, if you can, for camera, that's all.
Charles, you're not muted.
Sorry. You did camera, but not mic.
We decided to take a mission to close a undead rift on what set was it?
Interior.
Yes. After arriving there, we quickly realized we were ill-equipped to deal with the horrible weather as it was extremely snowy, so we went and got some winter clothes. After doing so, we proceeded to begin to... Oh, and a winter tent. 2 winter tents. After doing so, we proceeded to make our way towards the rift with a few rests in between, a lot of bad weather. And then it eventually started to die down a little bit the next day. Die down, no pun intended. And then we reached what seemed to be a small horde of undead. By small, I mean fairly medium-sized horde of undead. Some of us scaled a mountain with some enlarged. Some of us used Pyro to teleport. Eventually got on top. Battle ensued. Gwilrick and Caius tanked a lot of damage.
They might be able to take more.
We eventually managed to clear out everything and set up the Narc with the help of Gwilrick. Just as we were doing so, something started to feel wrong. And then we ended the session.
Yep. So, like I said, it's been about a few minutes since you killed the last of the skeletons that are around the portal. The Narc seems to be doing something. It's making flashing lights and occasional beeps and boops and things like that. And the rift, as far as you guys can tell, is like shrinking a little bit. It seems to be fading. However, just as it starts to fade, and it's about 70 to 80% of the opaqueness it had, it sort of warps, and then a feeling of unease and just the sheer cosmic energy of undeath washes over the area and around you all. And a few things happen. And we're going to go from the least cool to the most cool. The least cool is some bad guys show up. So flying out of the portal are 6 skeleton heads, just fly off into the air and are swirling around the area, cackling as a dark mist surrounds them. That's what happens first. So we're going to do boop, boop. Each of these heads are about 15 to 20 feet up in the air, flying around. And the little blue circle around them is light is dimmed around them in a 15-foot circle. So it's not darkness, it's just dim light, which for this type of snowy area doesn't really seem to change much. It just seems a little bit harder to see around them. And as all of you are reacting to all of this, 3 more figures walk out of the rift itself. Each of them skeletal, but also seem to have a shroud of darkness hanging over them, as if pieces of the rift itself have clung to them. And they kind of look around, and then as all 3 of them see you grouped up together around the Narc and such, they kind of like focus towards you all. But there's something else that happens that not many of you notice, but Caius, you would notice this the most. For as you are looking at the skeletons, I'm assuming you would look at Bellicus or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You would notice Bellicus seems more real to you, as if he's back again. However, to everyone else, Caius looks like the Echo. He seems slightly not there.
Oh.
And Caius, the world around you, as you like kind of look, everyone looks like an Echo at this moment to you, as if they're figments of who they should be. To everyone else, it's Caius who looks like Bellicus, and Bellicus who looks like Caius. Not like look, but like in terms of Echo versus real.
Oh.
But you don't have a lot of time to worry about that because combat's starting. So let me roll initiative for all the bad guys, and then we can get going. No, that's the skulls. I need the skeletons.
I'm just picturing those like shadowy skeletons from Sea of Thieves.
That's exactly what it is. That's what my mental image was of it.
And the skulls, I'm just picturing the bubbles from Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I thought of these skeletons in this soul cairn from Skyrim. Pretty cool ones too.
I'm sure I actually rolled 6. Okay, cool. Oh. Descending. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty, we're keeping initiative for you guys for just to make it simple and everything. So Dusty, you are first. You see, as I said, skeletons are flying around, and 3 more skeletons walk out of the portal, and then something's going on with Caius and Bellicus over there. But sure, it's nothing important.
Okay.
That can wait.
What was that, Andy?
I said, but that can wait.
I'm sure it's nothing important.
Okay, let's see. Given that Caius looks like he's about to go through something really trying, I'm gonna use Balance Fate on Caius.
All right. So going to the ability, hold on, because I gotta reread it because I gotta remember the exact wording I gave you. But you mean Balance Favor?
Balance Favor, sorry.
Yeah. So how do you convince your 2 spirits that he deserves plus the Balanced Favor?
I said, look, if he's not here, we are going to lose one of our biggest hitters, and we're all going to die. Then you 2 are going to go away too.
All right, give me a persuasion check, please.
Okay. Can I guide myself, or does that other part count as an action?
It's all part of the same action, so sadly not.
14?
So your cleric lady is obviously for this. She absolutely agrees. The goblin seems hesitant, but when you mentioned the whole, he's the guy that makes sure you guys don't get hit. He's like, all right, that's good enough for me. And Caius, you get a +1 to all rolls.
All right.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't disappear.
Like, I'm counting you having to do saving throws or something right now, so I'm trying to give you a benefit here. Okay, and that's an action, right?
Yeah, that was an action.
Then I will use a bonus action. Can I use a normal inspiration, or does that count as an inspiration the way it works?
What do you mean?
But normally Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action. Can I still use that, or does the Balanced Favor count as a Bardic Inspiration of sorts?
No, but Balanced Favor does not count as that, no.
Okay, and then I will give a just standard Bardic Inspiration, an extra D6 to Charles.
Right.
Okay. And then I will move away from the skull.
Keep in mind, like, all the skulls are about 15 to 20 feet up in the air around you guys.
Oh, up in the air?
So they're not, they are floating up in the air.
Okay, then I will just gather over here, so I think I'll just walk over here so I can get a bigger, better view field. So I can see each edge. That'll be the end of my turn.
Alrighty. The Shadow Skull is going to go first. This one, it's going to swoop down slightly, not within reach, unfortunately, for anyone. And it's going to fire a beam of shadow at Gwilrick. Gwilrick, I need a dex save, please.
Oh, you bastard. Although
Danger sense?
yeah, I was about to say this is a source I can see, so
Yes, so it is danger sense. Yes. You have advantage. Is that how it works?
Yep.
Okay, so 17 does pass, so you are good. You're going to not take any damage, so you're fine. All right. The next skull right here is going to fly right here, fly down a little bit. Charles, I need a deck save.
All right.
As another beam of shadow flies out towards you.
Mm.
And you save as well, and you are perfectly fine. But now it's the Shadow Skeleton's turn, and he is within the 15-foot bubble, so... as Gwilric, you would see this. You would dodge the Shadow Skull's beam, and like this field of darkness kind of envelops you a little bit here. And then the skeleton as well, you can see the darkness kind of thicken around him. And he's going to step forward and go to attack you 2 times. I'll make sure I'm doing the right one. Yes. So 1, 9 misses, I'm assuming. And does the 17 hit you?
17
Just does?
hits.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to take 7 slashing damage.
Yeah, and I'm not raging yet, so.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, no. Charles, it is your turn.
Charles will move here behind this skeleton.
All right. You would flanking cancels out, so it's just normal roll.
Okay. And try to attack it with the silvered short sword he bought.
Ooh, the silver blade. Unfortunately, you missed that.
Perfect.
Yeah, like, wonderful, good idea. Unfortunately, you just
Good idea.
Yes.
But he's not used to using it.
no.
Yeah, and running away in shame around here.
Yep. Nothing can make attack on you, so you're fine. We got the next skull here. It's going to swoop down, and it's actually going to attack Pyro. I need Pyro to make a dex save, please. Unfortunately, he does not dodge the beam of shadow. And it's going
He
to
sits there growling on his haunches.
Oh, it should be 2d6. Hold on 1 second here. So 5 necrotic damage.
He's still there!
So, cool. Pyro is blinded for 1 turn as well.
I think he's immune to being blinded.
If he's immune, then he's immune.
Nope, never mind. It's charmed, frightened, grappled, knocked prone, and restrained.
Then he's blinded for until the start of his next turn. So, or sorry, start of the Shadow Skull's next turn. Let me make sure I enunciate that correctly. It's this Shadow Skull's turn. Make sure I hit the button. There we go. And he's going to fly. I don't think Gwilric is close enough. Let me do some trigonometry here real quick. No, Gwilric is just too far away by 1 square. So he is just going to be cackling evilly in the air as Shadow Skulls do. This skeleton is going to 15, 30 feet. And he's actually going to attack the Narc. So he's going to swing down his sword on it, hitting it. And you would see the Narc somehow is able to like take the hit, but you can see there's visible damage to it. It's not destroyed. It kind of makes a weird Badoo sound, a little bit of sparks fly out, and the portal starts getting bigger again ever so slightly. But it's still working as far as you can tell. But it can't take more than probably 2 more hits at the most if you're pretty sure from this thing. Shadow Skull is going to swoop down, and Bellicus needs to make a dex save.
Since Bellicus is attached to him, does he get the benefit from the pay favor?
Yeah, it's my. It should be my
Yeah.
role.
Yeah.
So it uses his stats, so technically, yeah. But
So-
still, the +1's not enough. It only has 1 HP, so it's just going to poof away
Okay.
anyways.
That's
so
good
it doesn't
to
matter what I
know.
roll.
Is Kaya still ghostly once Bellicus goes away?
Yes, he is still ghostly. Actually, he's even more ghostly, more of an echo. He seems half there at this point. Before he was like 80% there, and now he's like half there. Caius, you feel weaker with Bellicus gone. No stats thing, just like in your body. Like as soon as he disappears, you feel your body just drained of energy. This one's gonna fly in. Yep, Warwick, I need another deck save, please. Actually, no, sorry. Phoenix gets the deck save.
Phoenix gets a deck save.
Yeah. Gotta share the love.
SpaghettiOs. 12.
No, 12 is not enough. So unfortunately, the DC's 13. So you're gonna take 3 necrotic damage, and you are blinded until that skull's next turn.
I can't see.
Yeah, unless you have unless you have the ability to see through magical darkness, which no one here does. So, this skeleton's gonna walk on up, and he's going to hit the fading Caius, or go to attempt it anyways. Hit number 1, which misses. Attack number 2, 18 hit Caius. Yeah. Yep. Then take 5 slashing. Phoenix, you are unable to see as darkness envelops your face.
Puro and Phoenix are blinded, for the record. What have I got for spells? Not much left for spells. Okay, that's great. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a, because I can't see where I last saw that shadow skeleton, so like right beside the narc here.
Yep.
I'm gonna use my action to cast Create Bonfire.
I believe, hold on 1 second here. We gotta see if that requires sight or not. Can you post it? Awesome. That you see within range. So you can't see within the range, so therefore you can't do it.
Do you need to be able to see to cast any healing spells?
Flaming Hands is not a sight spell.
I'm just wondering if Cure Wounds is sight-based at all, because Gwilrick could use a bit of healing. He's not too rough yet, but...
Yeah, you're gonna have to use a health potion, man.
Do you have a rage left?
I need to use some of my spell. I have very few spell slots left, so I'm gonna use them to fuck up as much as I can.
Okay.
Okay. I can't see, but I know that there was stuff here. But I wouldn't. The sad thing is, I want to throw the Burning Hands this way, but Phoenix has no fucking clue that that skeleton even moved there because he's blind. So he's gonna throw a level 1 Burning Hands targeting these 3.
Oh, like at an angle and everything? Gotcha, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. They make dex saves, right?
Let me fill the spell description for you.
Yeah, it's dex save, 15-foot cone, which would hit all 3 of these. Yeah, if you were to like angle it upwards in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So dex saves. Fails. Fails. And fails!
Yep.
We'd love to see it. So 13 fire damage.
All right. Everything takes 13.
As Phoenix just blind, just whoa, out a whole bunch of flames.
So what you would see, Gwilrick, because you can't see it, Phoenix, the skulls themselves, you can see the shadowy fires inside of them are overwhelmed by the light fires from Phoenix. And assume based off the damage they just took, they should have died, but they kind of like start falling to the ground for a moment by like a foot, and then they kind of like flicker back to life and are flying back up in the air again.
Bonus action.
They're almost down, but not quite. Something's keeping them up.
Damn it! Pierrot, try to finish off whatever you can! I can't see! And Pierrot is going to just attack the one that he recently saw because he doesn't know where anything else is, so the one that hit him.
Disadvantage attack roll, yeah.
Disadvantage. Come on, character sheet, you can do it. Toggle disadvantage or freeze. That either or makes sense.
Oh, you automatically fail the attack, actually, is what happens. So.
Really?
Yeah. A blinded creature can't see and automatically fails any ability checks, and attack rolls count as ability checks.
I'm pretty sure attack rolls aren't ability checks.
Are they not?
No, because you can't use guidance on an attack roll, even though because guidance says you can add it to ability checks.
You know, that's a good point.
Yeah, and different levels of exhaustion affect attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay. Oh, and the creature's attack rolls at disadvantage. Says it like literally the line below it. I'm just stupid and didn't read.
And I just realized I was muted when I was making my own point there.
No, we heard it.
Yeah, we heard it. Yeah. 11 misses.
11? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, it does. Okay.
And that will... Phoenix is just going to take a step over to try to defend this narc as much as possible.
Like, she's like, Velma's like, I can't see without my glasses, like feeling around for it.
Just like, feels, okay, nothing there, takes a few steps.
I like to imagine that Phoenix confirms direction by bumping into me and like, oh, that's Quilric.
Yeah, you just feel like two little, like, really warm hands on your shoulder. That's
you touch the skeleton. Quilric, you're so thin. You're just bone thin. Caius.
We have to protect the narc. Don't forget about the holy water. And then I jump right here.
Yeah.
And summon Bellicus here with the bonus action.
As Bellicus is summoned, you feel all that exhaustion wash away from you. And you become a little bit more whole.
I'll like make eye contact with him really quick and give him a nod, and he's gonna move right here.
Mm-hmm.
Provoke this attack, I'm guessing.
It would provoke an attack opportunity, yes. So
I'm gonna sentinel him.
Yeah, that's fine, but go for it.
All right.
A 16 barely misses.
All right, and then I'm gonna use my attack to hit this guy.
Well, I still got my attack opportunity real quick, so hold on 1 second.
Oh, there's more? Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, because I'm attacking Bellicus. I think 13 misses. Yeah,
yep.
so you both miss.
All right, and then I'm gonna hit the one in between us at advantage then.
Go for it.
+1.
Actually, it's not advantage. It'd be normal because he's in the Shadow Skull's dim light.
Oh, okay.
So a 12 would still miss.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We're fucked. These things have an AC above 16 and a lot of hit points.
It is Gwilric's turn. Rage.
Yep. And let's see. Come on, roll 20. Show me the icons. I need. Okay, there we go. So, Can I? Is the narc small enough that I could stand over it?
Yes, but it'd be awkward. You would have to. If you ever to dodge something, aka a deck save, you would have disadvantage, so that way you don't accidentally step or fall onto it. I'm assuming that's what you're trying to do.
I'll deal with that, considering the danger sense. But anyway, but before I do that, I'm going to thrust my glaive at this Shadow Skull.
Okay, keep in mind it's 15 feet in the air. So,
it's in. Oh,
yeah, they are flying creatures. They fly between 15 to 20 feet in the air, which
okay,
that's the
never
reason
mind
why.
that part.
Yeah.
In that case, then, well, I
It's
will.
not worth it. We can surround the narc as much as possible. Just don't move on top of it. The deck saves are, if you get blinded, we're fucked.
That's a fair point. Yeah, so not gonna do that. I'm going to thrust my glaive at this shadow skeleton over here. Then.
Give me an attack roll
Is
with
this gonna be
disadvantage. Was he's in the shadow aura?
Yeah.
Is this shadow aura gone because I burned shit or no?
No, because the skulls are still alive.
Disgusting.
The aura did fade away for a moment, as if they were about to die, but then they didn't.
Yeah. I was contemplating using reckless, but I've decided against it. Okay. Raging.
A 12 misses. Right, is that your turn?
Yep.
All right, Dusty.
Okay, so that's happening. Question: Would Dusty know if undead work by Final Fantasy rules?
What are Final Fantasy rules for undead?
Healing kills them. Would healing word do damage to skeletons?
That's older editions of D&D.
But
I'm asking the DM. It's his
Hover
world.
rules. Yes, it is my world. Dusty, give me just a really quick Arcana check.
Okay.
As you just try to double fact check yourself real quick here.
17.
17. Dusty, you would know that for most undead, healing does hurt them, yes.
I'm gonna risk it, and I'm gonna try to healing word the shadow skeleton over here and see what happens.
Right. Shadow Skeleton needs to make a save because he's going to fight against it. So,
Okay.
what kind of save would that be? We'll make it a Wisdom saving throw because that's pretty common.
Okay.
So, I'm guessing that is below your spell save DC. So go ahead and roll to air quotes heal.
Okay. 8.
Right. He would take 8 healing damage.
It
That can
worked.
be radiant. So.
It worked.
You would see the skeleton flinch from the healing word.
Okay, that worked. Now what else can I do? That's a bonus action.
You would hear in your head the priestess clapping.
Okay. I want to confirm something else. I'm gonna go up to Caius. Can I still physically interact with him?
Yes, you physically can touch him. Yes.
Okay. I already
Much
cast.
like you can physically touch Bellicus.
I didn't actually know I could do that. Okay. Then I will. Now that that's happening, I will take So out, and I will try to attack the spell next week because healing word is a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
19.
19 hits.
And I will activate So's ability. So I believe he does an extra 1 healing damage.
It would.
Is that skeleton in the shadow of one of the skulls?
Oh, it is. Yes. So you do need to make another attack because of
Teamer, you won.
Oh. Okay. Should we put some?
I would have realized it in another moment.
One where
actually,
we
because
equal
it's just
opportunity gets screwed over.
13.
13 misses though. Sorry.
Okay.
But so I will let you know this. Oh, never mind, because it's unwilling target, so you would attack anyway. So never mind. All right.
Okay.
So for So's ability, to clarify, you just need to touch. You don't need to attack and deal damage to activate its ability. So you don't need to stab an ally to heal. You just touch him with it to heal.
Yeah, but I need to stab the skeletons to heal them.
Yeah, you still have to attack the skeleton to heal him. Yes.
Yeah.
So you still have to roll, but just for clarity, you don't need to deal piercing damage to your ally to heal them as well.
Gotcha.
So, but it is some skulls' turns. This skull is still near Wilric, so we're into deck save from you, sir. You have advantage. DC 13. You're good.
Glad I have advantage.
Skull is going to swoop down, and Bellicus needs a dex save. Bellicus is
my bad.
I mean, 18 still saves, so or 21 still saves. So yeah, Bellicus dodges nimbly, far more nimbly than he ever could. One would think. It's Shadow Skeleton's turn. He's just gonna whack his way at Gulric, trying to get past him. A 19 hits, I believe. So 9 slashing, which reduces down to 4. And then 12 misses. Charles.
So these two skeletons are in the shadow, yes?
They're flying 15 feet in the air as well.
Yeah,
They're
but
the
are
ones
they...
causing the shadow.
So we'll get slightly closer. Take out his crossbow. Put on the silver bolt.
Oh, okay. And you're gonna fire? All right, it's normal.
And shoot at him.
Yeah. 24 hits. You don't need to roll for damage, so you attack the top one, right?
Yeah, first one.
You would see it just pew right through the skull, and the skull just crumbles and falls to the ground.
Perfect. And what can you do?
Does that mean he's no longer blinded?
So it doesn't say. Hold on, let me read it. Hold on. Let me read the book. I'm gonna see what it says. Blindness effect. Start the next turn. I am going to say you are. Well, either way, its turn was about to come up, so we'll say you're no longer blinded.
Yeah, giving a potion to someone is a full action, yes?
It is, so it's object interaction. So,
so I can't give one to Will now.
But it's also object interaction to pull it out. So you can't pull it out and hand it to someone without maybe an action or something like that. Oh, wait, but you're a rogue, don't you? Don't rogues get a bonus action to do something with items?
Not for items, just for...
I'm thinking of the thief subclass.
Yeah,
the thief subclass can do stuff. Okay,
never mind. Not just dash, disengage, and hide.
Okay. Hide is bonus action.
We'll hide in this corner behind the skull.
Give me a stealth check.
Yeah.
Excellent. This one's still going to go for Piro. Piro is no longer blinded, so dex save normal.
Yeah.
And succeeds and dodges the Shadow Skull's beam. Right. This skull is going to fly. We'll do right here-ish. Still not within reach of you, Gwark, still 15 feet above you, and it's going to fire its beam at you. So another dex save with advantage from you, Gwark, because of your danger sense.
Okay.
DC 13. You succeed. Who knew an elephant could move so well? The Shadow Skeleton, surrounded, doesn't like that at all, so he's going to swing at Caius for the first attack. 18 misses you, right? Your AC is 19? Or is your AC 18?
It's 17.
Okay, so it hits you then.
Yep.
10 slashing.
Oof.
And then, seeing that his hit connected, he's going to attack you again. I miss.
Yep.
Shadow Skull is going to then... we're going to... Dusty, dex save, please.
Okay. 17.
Yep, you are good to go. And then this one is going to... Again, it's going to be Gloric. Dex save, please, with advantage.
No.
I mean, you got to think, you dodged like 5 of them.
I have an inspiration that I haven't used yet.
Yeah, you can use it. Go for it.
Yes, please, because this is...
It's just a flat D20. Unfortunately, it's 1 away. Yes. So until the start of that skeleton's turn, or that Shadow Skull's turn, it is your blinding. This skeleton here is going to also attack Caius. Actually, no, it's Dusty because Dusty just attacked him or tried to attack him. So Dusty's going to get attacked.
Oh boy.
So.
And I can't sentinel.
That's a miss.
Right.
You've already used it. Yes, so you'll wait till your turn. And then second attack hits. 6 slashing on you, Dusty.
Oh, there's 2 attacks. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's not good. Okay.
Phoenix, it is your turn.
Hey, Dusty, can you heal Caius?
I'm trying!
Alright then. I'm gonna cast Moonbeam on this.
Oh, Moonbeam. What the fuck? Okay. Can you put the spell in the chat for me so I can read it? It's not a spell I have memorized, unfortunately. I just remember it's a beam of light, but I don't remember what the damage type is.
I believe it's radiant.
I was debating between using my last level 2 spell slot to Flame Blade or to Moonbeam, and I've decided on Moonbeam.
Moonbeam's a good spell. Yep. For the first time, where Sarge's time there is engulfed by ghostly flames. It must make a con save. 2d10 radiant damage. There we go. It's not a shape-changer. Yeah, what's great about it is you can move it 60 feet, which is what's so great about that spell. It's a con save, right?
Yep.
So, all right.
He fails.
Yes, so go ahead and roll 2d10 radiant damage, please. As I...
Against undead, radiant is generally a good idea to use.
Yep.
All right, you can see the beam of light. So here's the thing that happens. All right. So as the darkness is surrounding all of you, and the area is just getting darker and darker, and Caius is fading away, Phoenix casts your spell, and then from the sky descending is just a silvery beam of like just onto the skeleton, and it like you can see all of its shadows just get ripped off of it, and it's just like it's drenched in the silvery light, and it looks more like a normal skeleton at this point.
Okay, that worked. And I'm going to try to take a few steps. No, I'm not, because then that skeleton could get to the narc. I guess we're covering it pretty well. Yeah, I'll take an op attack, and I'm gonna move back.
We'll make an attack opportunity against you.
12 misses.
Yep, yes it does. The blinding silvery light makes it hard to hit you.
And I will say, Piero, do something, buddy. And using my bonus action, I'm going to command Piero to... He's going to actually try to flame seed... Yeah, he's within range.
What's the distance?
It's 60 feet.
Okay, yeah, he's within the distance for sure.
He's going to try to flame seed the almost dead Shadow Skull.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Untoggle disadvantage because he's not blinded. Come on. It will show up eventually.
Yeah, roll 20.
There we go.
Hits. Roll for damage, and then...
7 fire damage.
Hold on 1 second. So that would be... And you would see the fire actually kill it.
Yes! Good job! That will be my turn.
The flame seed just shattering it. Similar to Charles' silver bolt, but, more fiery and less arrowy. Caius. Bellicus is still here, so you're fine-ish.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my attack to Bellicus.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, would it be advantage with
No, because it's in the shadow, so it cancels out.
Wait,
Okay,
he's in a moonbeam. He's in a moonbeam.
Oh, no, he's in the moonbeam, so yes, you would have advantage. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll again.
Go for it.
And hopefully,
hits?
yeah.
We'll keep the 15 and 4. I'm assuming fire damage and not necrotic damage.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so 19.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, if I have a health potion, can I use my bonus action to take it?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And that's was it 1d4 plus?
It's 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
So 6.
8.
Nice.
Yeah. Bonus action to use a healing potion, but you still gotta use your object interaction to pull it out. So.
Yeah.
Unless you have a bandolier like Gulric.
Ah, okay.
All right, that's your turn, correct?
Yep.
All right, it is Gulric's turn. Who is blinded?
Blinded, I shout out, if anyone can make me big, now's the time! And I will use my action to dodge. And my bonus action to drink my last health potion.
Good choice, good choice. As
God
always.
damn it.
I'm sorry!
No, you're
8.
not.
Same thing as Kai's had. Which I believe
My
8's
health
the
is-
average, so.
And my health is now the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Right, Dusty.
You have 42 health? Damn.
His max is 60.
Okay. Question.
Answer.
If I direct Gulric, can I, like, subvert his blindness so I can see the opponents around him? Like, if I tell him, hit there, using
I'm
my
going
action.
to say no, and the reason why is you guys have not done something like this before, nor is Dusty a tactical expert to pull something like this off.
Okay.
Besides,
It would help, but it wouldn't be perfect. And his turn has already gone by.
That's what I was asking my turn. Oh, sorry, Gulric.
Yeah, between my trunk and my big ears, I think I would be able to get where generally enemies are, but yeah.
I mean, if they moved, it'd be a bit different, but since they haven't moved, Gulric will remember, hey, there's a skeleton in this general direction.
Okay.
So, it'd be different if they moved or teleport or something like that.
Since I can still,
It's a good idea. I'm not saying don't ever try it again. It's just like in this very moment, it's not going to work how you think it is.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see. Okay, he says down to making big this time. How many spells do I have left? Am I concentrating anything? No. Okay. Caius is down. There's a lot of stuff going on. I will get in the middle so I can protect the Narc.
Mm-hmm.
And I will cast Enlarge on Gulric.
Alrighty. Work's gonna get big. Wilric, what direction do you want to get big in? Toward skeletons or toward Dusty?
Let's do it towards skeletons.
I'm just gonna swear to God, you're gonna knock the Narc out and get towards me.
Hold on one second here. As you get bigger and kind of like squeeze out, you're gonna push the skeleton out of the way, but skeleton's gonna get a disadvantage attack against you. Which a 13 misses, so.
And
Just kind of like, you're like, it's just so weird, like you're forcing to move, and I'm just kind of like, the skeleton would react to something like this. So, it's just how it's gonna work. But yeah, you are big now. You feel yourself grow. You can't, you're somehow your blindness field also gets bigger. Just as a joke. It's not an actual thing that happens. It's just, you're bigger blinded. I don't know. But yeah, you feel yourself get bigger, and something took a swing at you. You're pretty sure, but you can't tell. So
It kind of bounced off me.
Okay. Oh wait,
yeah,
no.
Shadow Skull.
I still have a bonus
you saw
action.
your turn.
I
Oh,
still-
my bad.
And since so is a light weapon, I can use my bonus action to attack with it, correct?
Only if you make an
no.
attack.
You get to make an attack with your primary action first.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I already cast a spell, so yeah, I can't do anything.
Alrighty then. No more inspirations or anything like that?
I have one left. I'm trying to save it.
Got it. Makes sense. All right. Shadow Skull. Shadow Skull is going to once again beam Bellicus. Bellicus, dex save, please. Give me saves. He's a real boy now. He can make dex saves. Shadow Skeleton. With Gluric right here is obviously going to attack because he's now a bigger threat. And, well, yeah. So normal, public, shadows. Scimitar.
And I'm
Miss.
dodging. I don't know if that. I don't know how blindness affects my getting hit, but
So dodging means opponents have disadvantage to attack you, but you're blinded, which means they have advantage, so it cancels out.
that's what I thought. So yeah, it cancels out.
Yes. So 22 still hits you,
All right.
which is 3 slashing. Charles, it is your turn.
So he will move here and take out the vial of holy water.
Mm-hmm.
And was debating if I should throw it as the shadow skeleton or the shadow skull. But I think the shadow skeleton.
All right, give me a just a dex check.
Yeah, and I will use the inspiration dice that he gave me on this one.
So make a dex check plus a d6 because it's a improvised weapon, so it's just a dexterity.
Does it work like this or not? Yes, it works.
Yes, it does hit. All right, roll 2d6, please.
So,
I'm pretty sure you can
6 damage.
choose.
Well,
I'm pretty
what's
sure
that?
you can choose to use Bardic Inspiration dice after you've rolled the main dice.
Yeah, you can.
You can,
No, you must say it before.
but
I know.
he already said he
Future
already cleared to use it. So,
I know.
yeah. So you drench the skeleton in the holy water, and you can visibly see, like it's like starting to eat away at its bones, and it's just screams, even though it has no lungs or throat or anything. It still lets out this screech of pain. And you dealt 12 radiant damage to it in total. So.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. And we move here to assist Guilric with the skeleton for the future.
Okay. You using anything for your bonus action or anything like that? You good?
Oh no, I still had my whole movement.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Shadow Skull. We're gonna attack Pyro because that's what this skull's duty is: take out the little flaming rat. You know.
The rat is in Phoenix's pocket.
I said flaming rat, but anyways, a dex save for Pyro.
No, Pyro!
Pyro, unfortunately, probably is gonna die.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
By 1.
Pyro.
He pooped.
Pyro poofs. His little shadowy or the little shadow beam is stronger than the fire. The fire on the outside was weaker than the shadow on the inside.
Oh man, the bad ending, Josh.
Job's done. Skeleton's gonna just go boop, 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 just kind of like float this way. There you go.
Oh.
Get in position for next time. This Shadow Skull's turn. Gwilwick, you're no longer blinded, but he is going to kind of back away just a tiny bit.
Attack of opportunity because he's large.
Yeah, actually, you would.
My attack range.
No, yeah, he did. He was 10 feet away, and he just moved 15 feet away. So.
Okay, yeah. I'm absolutely going to do this.
Yeah, Phoenix did bring up a good point.
Fucking hit.
20 hits.
Don't forget your extra damage for being big.
Oh, right. That's another D4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a silvered weapon. Hell yeah.
And Gorg, as you bring your glaive down in a slashing motion, trying to catch it, I'm assuming like you're trying to like knock it down at the ground as well.
I have something more fancy in mind as a matter of like, oh fuck you skull thing, but
what's that?
you know, it's
What,
not
what
exactly
did you
a
have in
boss
mind?
step. I was just picturing that as if it's a kill shot, as it's trying to fly away, I jab it with the glaive and then grab it with my giant hand and crush it.
Yeah, that works. We'll do that then. Yeah.
Kebab, pull off, crush.
Shadow Skeleton's going to attack. See here. Who attacked him last? Did you make your attack through Bellicus, Caius?
It's a,
Yep.
Okay, then he's going to attack.
He needs to make another con save at the start of his turn.
Oh, yes, it is the start of his turn. All right, we'll do that then.
Mm.
He fails.
Roll damage.
Where is it? There it is. Submit. Another 11 radiant.
He's dead.
Woo!
As he starts his turn, is about to and just like slowly turns to dust in the light.
Yeah, literally just like disintegrates him as he's swinging toward Bellicus. Great. Shadow Skull. Caius, dex save, please.
Right.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Wait, I do have inspiration. Can I use that for this?
I will
dex
allow it. Yes.
I used mine in my failed attempt.
Nope.
Oh no!
save? All right.
You take 3 necrotic damage and you are blinded until the start of this skull's turn.
Ooh.
Right. Speaking of, it's the Shadow Skeleton's turn. And he's going to attack Caius with advantage. Okay, for sure that hits. Just a wild guess. I think that hits.
Yeah.
11
yeah.
and then 12 misses.
Okay.
You watch as echoey blood just flies out of Caius's body. Phoenix.
Oh, Mr. Stark, Caius, don't feel so good. How would I just knock everything off my desk here for a second? Okay.
Phoenix, I don't feel so good.
I will. Have any spell slots left? Nope. I'm dry. I got no spells.
As an action, you can move the moonbeam.
Yep. Is it an action to do it?
It's an action. Yep.
Hey, it's what it's for.
Yeah,
Do
it
it.
is. I just realized I can't summon. I was hoping to re-summon Perot as well, but I can't. Because that's an action as well. I'm gonna move the moonbeam onto this other shadow skeleton that's menacing my friend here.
Yep. Right.
Con save for him.
Yes, it is. He succeeds.
19 will succeed. He takes half of this.
Is it half on a fail or on a succeed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He will
half
take
towards a
half of
success?
18.
Which would just be 18. Because radiant takes double, but yeah, so. Bonus action.
That's my bonus action. Is this a bonus action? Is this a bonus action? That's an action as well. Damn it. Cool, never mind. I will not do anything as my bonus action because I cannot. And Phoenix is just gonna go, fuck, someone heal Caius!
Caius, it is your turn. You don't feel so good.
With my bonus action, I'm going to swap places with Bellicus.
Alrighty.
So here and here.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna hit this Skelly with Bellicus at disadvantage, right?
No, it's normal because Bellicus can see.
This is a real boy!
Still misses.
Oh wait, does he have advantage because the thing's in the moonbeam?
But he's out.
Oh.
Right? No. It does. It's disadvantage completely because Moonbeam. Moonbeam's different. I'm sorry. Yes, you have advantage.
Yay. And that's a +1 on my attack roll too.
15 misses. So, Gwilrick.
This thing at my feet needs to die. And you know what? Screw it. Oh wait, no, I've got flanking. I don't need to do reckless.
Do it
I
anyways.
was supposed to flank. Ah!
Do it.
Double advantage.
Nah. Ah, damn it. I'm pretty sure that's a miss.
Remember, I had a DM once who considered for every thing of advantage, it was a +5 to hit after the first. Same thing with disadvantage, it was a -5 to hit.
That's kind of an interesting
Well,
rule,
that's-
but damn.
How the rule of that works is that disadvantage counts as a -5. So if you
Yeah.
didn't give them,
Yeah, like
so
based off
one
like
or
averages of
the other.
rules and everything, yeah.
Yeah.
But like we made builds around just giving one person all the advantages, and he gets like +15 to every hit. Just never missed. 14 misses though, Gork. Dusty.
Okay, let's see. What can I do here?
Well, Caius can't see, so.
Okay. Caius is still up, so he should be fine for a minute. I don't want to cast Healing Word until he's almost dead. You know what? It's desperate. I'll roll on the table, see what I get for my inspiration.
Okay.
Okay. 1. Let me see what that does. Okay. I will just save that tail in mind for now, because it's just bonus on mental checks, basically.
Yep.
And I will go over here, I will take and I will attack the skeleton.
An attack roll.
21.
21 hits.
And I'll activate the healing to get an extra point
Yep.
in.
So, right.
Although it says action, but does it count as the attack action when I'm doing it?
I'm considering it's part of the attack action for this purpose specifically.
Okay, and since it's a light weapon, can I do it again?
As a bonus action, you can
Oh, wait,
attack
no,
with Reap. Yes.
Yeah, I just rolled for it, so yeah. Okay. Wait, but that does necrotic damage, so does that heal it?
you attacked with it,
Shit.
and yes, it does.
I should have thought this through a bit more. God damn it. Okay.
So like all of the damage you just basically
I did 1
you still
damage.
damaged it.
I did 1 damage.
Yeah. You net positive of damage.
Okay, I should have seen that coming. Stop panicking,
see
stop
the-
panicking.
You can just hear 2 face slaps inside your head.
Yeah.
Like they both like just face palmed each other. Or themselves, I mean.
I'm just imagining the goblin trying to reach
Not
up
each
to the
other,
lady.
it's themselves.
I know. Okay, thought. Okay, point gotten. I can use the same one twice. My bad. I guess that's the end of my turn then.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's your action and bonus action.
Yeah.
Shadow Skull. Hey Caius. You can give me another deck save, please. With disadvantage. So. Hey, you're still safe. You're good. You can hear Bellicus's voice directing you to help you dodge,
Aw, that's sad.
which
because
has never
that, like,
happened before until now.
That's really sad. That's the last. Okay, this is the first time you've heard your brother's voice in how long?
Shadow Skull skeleton. He is being flanked. You got the big giant elephant and the tiny twink human. We know who he's going for. He's going for the twink.
No, the Twinks.
Yeah. Well, I think he got hit once. So
Mhm.
skeleton's excited.
Yeah.
He hit Charles.
Skeleton's a homophobe.
You got the Chad elephant and the twink rogue.
Hey. Okay, next
But Charles,
character,
it's-
max
it's-
out strength and charisma.
yeah. Charles, it's your turn.
Okay, well, he will try to pierce this skeleton all the way with his silvered short sword. I try to give it a better
Yeah.
insinuation, but couldn't.
You killed it. It's dead.
Perfect.
Your shadow or your silvered weapon heals it.
Perfect. And we'll move next to the other skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
And
A big beaming light in front of you.
Yeah. Phoenix, can I get a dex save, please?
You can, since you asked so nicely.
Damn. All right, roll me a dex save then. I'm demanding it. And you fail. They're gonna take 10 necrotic damage, and you're blinded.
And I need to make a con save.
Yes, with DC 10.
Hey!
Alrighty, well that skull's done. This skull's turn. And he's going to attack Dusty. Dusty, dex save.
Okay.
You pass, so you're good.
Uh,
Narrowly dodging the shadowy beam.
ah!
Shadow Skeleton.
It's gonna make me a con save.
Yes, he is.
And he's gonna fail.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna take.
12.
Wow, I rolled so poorly.
You rolled half max, pretty much. Oh, it's 2d10, isn't it? My bad.
It's 2d10, yeah.
I thought it was 2d6 for a second. I'm like, oh, not that bad, then oh.
Yeah, it's bad.
Bellicus is the one who just hit him, so Bellicus is going to be the one who gets attacked. Shadow Scimitar. 18 hit Bellicus?
Yeah.
So Bellicus is going to poof. Still has an attack. He's going to look around. He has Dusty and Charles, and Dusty looks easier to hit, so we're going to hit Dusty.
That one does hit.
6 slashing.
Ah!
Concentration check.
Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, Dusty has to make a con save.
14.
Nice.
Yep.
Moonbeam's where I want it. I can't see, but I'm gonna summon Pyro, hoping that these skeletons are still where I last left them. I can summon Pyro in the air because he has a hover speed, so I'm gonna summon him so that he's between these two little bitches here.
That's fine. Boop.
And I'll give him his health back, and I will take away my last wild shape. So I need both those skeletons and, oh, it's within 10 feet. Oh shit, so Caius as well. Oh, if he's in the air though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Does Caius still have to make a dex check if he's within 10 feet? Is he within 10 feet or no?
No. If he's, how high in the air is he?
I'll summon him at the same level as these two skeletons.
What's your range on summoning?
30 feet, I believe.
I'll allow it.
Kind of benevolent DM. So I need both the skulls, and I don't think the skeleton, unless he's within 10
No,
feet.
he wouldn't. No.
I didn't think so. So I need both the skulls to make me dex saves.
Alrighty.
14 is the DC. Both succeed, so both take nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's my action. My bonus action, I'm going to tell Pyro, try to get the skeletons, even though I can't see. And my bonus action, he is going to...
Attack the shadow skeleton?
He's going to fiery teleportation to try to get both of them again.
Those are skulls, not skeletons, though.
Skulls, whatever. Oh, I meant the skulls. Whatever. Pyro understood me.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to teleport just to right here, but I need both of them to make me dex saves again. Hey, fails.
Holy shit.
2.5% chance.
It's loading. Sorry, there we go. 8 fire damage.
Alrighty, they take 8 fire damage.
And that will be my turn. Thank you.
Alrighty. Caius.
All right. Bonus action. Let's get Bellicus right next to me over here.
Yep, you can just go, boop, there you go.
And then he's going to make the attack on this Skelly.
That he is.
Who is flanked and in a moonbeam, so
Yeah,
that'd
so
be
you
advantage.
get advantage, yeah.
All right. Let's finish him off.
15 damage is almost enough. Not quite.
All right. And then... Oh, man.
Just a second, you're back.
I'll move on top of the skeleton here.
Yeah, you can do
And
that.
that's it. Yep,
Cool.
and that's it.
Will work.
Okay, so these giant skulls, are they actual bone or are they made of snow?
Snow.
Okay, cool. And how far up into the air is this skull?
15 feet.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna push forward, or like like a persistent kid pushing through a snow mound and thrust at it.
I'll make it. You need to move 5 feet more to reach it.
Okay, fine.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you can reach it.
Yeah. And you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make this reckless.
Alrighty, go for it. "24 hits.
Yay.
11 slashing. Does not kill, but sure as hell hurts it. Oh, did you add your D4 from being big?
I did not. Yeah.
It may matter. Guess what it did instead? You literally needed the 4.
I have no idea what's happening and just goes, Gloric, is that you?
Well, you can see
Okay,
now because
something's
it's dead.
bigger here.
The skeleton's,
Yeah.
the skull's dead, so you can see now.
Yeah, I think your vision returns as you see Gwilruk say with the glaive just finishing its arc down and the skull going.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Dusty.
It's what I do.
Okay. I will attack with So on the skeleton.
It's a regular attack because he's in the moonbeam.
And it misses.
Oh yeah. Then I will use a healing word on a shadow skull.
That one down there.
Yeah, no, the one right behind him. Okay. So. Oh, damn it. Okay. That's it for my turn then.
That was cool. This one's going to beam down Caius. I need Dex defense.
You just got really underwatery sounding.
Yeah.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was just me for a second.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yep.
This for
Yes.
now.
I had to move my mic a little closer to my face. You're good, Caius.
And I'm no longer blind, right? Because I was.
Yeah,
in
you're
school.
not blind. Yeah, you're fine. Help me, I'm under the water. That's all Skull can do. Charles.
Debating. I think first he will try to finish the big shadow skeleton with his short sword.
Yep.
That's flank with Bellicus, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you want to do it?
Good question. No, just a very clean cut and having its head fall down on the ground between its feet.
Approval. All right.
Yes. And since I checked and my crossbow is light, I will use a bonus action to fire at the shadow skull here.
Is it a hand crossbow or is it a light crossbow?
And crossbow.
Hand crossbow? Then you can do it, yeah. Okay, go for it. Shoot.
Yep.
That hits.
19. Perfect.
I'm assuming you're using a silver. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, silver board. I don't remember if I said it.
All right, sneak attack does not apply,
Yes.
but it still kills. Actually, no, it may not kill. I need to make a check. Oh wait, silver, so it doesn't matter. Okay, cool. It's dead.
Okay, perfect.
Phoenix. There's one skull left.
Moving my moonbeam right to that bitch.
All right, my con save. This could end it here and now.
Well, he takes half on a save, so he might end it either way. He fails.
Don't worry about rolling for damage. It's gonna kill it anyways.
But I really want to.
Oh, roll for damage, then go for it.
Yay! As it just disintegrates.
That would have insta killed it because it's double its max HP. Because of radiant damage, it would have been like 32 and its max HP is 14. It would have just literally disintegrated it. All right. As the last of the skeletons die and silence covers the battlefield, Kaya still looks echoey while Bellicus looks real. And the portal and the narc is still doing its job.
Oh shit, if there's another wave, we're fucked.
I'm gonna actually move over to stand over the narc for as long as I have to.
Yeah, hide behind these skeletons.
And also, I will
We were
ready an attack at the next sign of something coming through.
Yeah,
Yes,
Phoenix
and
and
the
Hugo
crossbow.
are also readying flame attacks against anything that comes through that portal.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 5 charges of the first aid kit to give myself.
That takes
4d4
a minute.
Yeah. So that's what I'll be doing for a minute.
Okay.
Just in case.
Yeah, you patch yourself up. Go ahead and roll the health.
44 plus 4. So.
You all hunker down and getting prepared for another wave.
That's
That's a 1d4.
Yeah, my bad.
Roll another 3d4.
So 12.
Right.
So as you guys are preparing and you're doing all this work, and the portal seems to be fading more and more, Caius, as you're bandaging yourself up, typically your echo doesn't move or do anything unless you direct it to. It doesn't really have a mind of its own. But you can see him kneel down next to you, and he'll put a hand on your shoulder, and he says, "You're doing good work, buddy."
You can speak?
He just smiles at you. And then the narc makes a ding sound, and the portal closes. And then as the portal closes, all of you can see Caius turn back to normal and Bellicus turn back to his echoey form.
Do the skeletons all die?
I mean, all the ones around you are dead, yeah?
Yeah. Is it over?
Has the enlarged spell expired yet?
Oh, yeah, it would have,
It
yeah.
takes a minute, so.
So yeah, back down to my normal size. Just go. Whew.
Moonbeam up because it lasts 10 minutes.
You're just like, it's a trap, it's a trick. The portal's gonna open up again.
He's so ready. He's like, I hated that.
I'd look to my brother again and say, How long have you been able to speak?
Bellicus doesn't say anything. He's back to being his normal echoey, not there form.
Brother, I would like wave my hand in front of his face.
Yeah.
No, I was just able to speak to you. How come? And I'd look at my own hands, and I guess I'd realize I'm also not, or wait, did I know I was all fadey?
Yeah,
looking?
you did. You would have realized it.
Okay.
Like your sword and everything about you was echoey and fadey, while Bellicus looked more real. But now it's back to how it used to be. That the portal's
I'm
closed.
looking at
Realizing
how
this.
Caius is behaving, and I'm looking back to where the portal was. Can I roll a religion check to see if I know that was a portal to the Shadowfell?
Sure. Give me a religion check.
Phoenix is gonna put a hand on.
You think it wasn't to the Shadowfell? You think it was a trick by the angels? No, I'm kidding. You don't know. You have no idea.
I would, realizing that what had kind of happened there, I would just hug Bellicus, and for dramatic effect, I feel like Bellicus wouldn't hug me back. He would just stand there.
No,
like,
he
kinda
wouldn't actually. He would just stand there normally.
making it 10 times as sad.
I should turn the Luna back for this.
Phoenix is just gonna place a hand on your shoulder.
Don't believe this.
Well, if he was able to gain more consciousness here, it more than likely was because of this rift. So wherever it led us, maybe you will be able to contact him more.
Opening a
If
rift.
we find whatever realm it led to.
Caius becomes evil, opening up rifts to bring back his brother.
Question to DM.
Answer for the player.
Yeah, are the remnants of the skeletons still here?
Yeah, all the bones are still there and everything. Yes.
Yeah, we Charles will turn toward Dusty and Phoenix, and Ulrich too, since they are the most versed in magic and dead things, and simply say, well, do you think it would be possible to identify where these things came from? If we bring their remains to the convergence?
It's possible, but we need to collect some bones, and I don't fancy taking anything from here right now until it's more secure. It's very easy to get cursed.
I think, Charles, that your intentions
so.
are good. I think your intentions are good with this, but I think that this is a road we should not follow.
I mean, just knowing from where they come from,
Did you grab a skull stealthily, or did we see it?
No, I think you will see it. Just okay, should I bring this back with us, or should I leave it?
Leave the skull.
Okay.
We'll get a more professional team here and make sure the place is purified, so these giant skulls don't turn into more skeletons to crush people.
Well, the giant skulls are made of snow.
I still don't trust them.
Yeah.
I mean, I smashed through one of them.
So it could have just been. What if all the snow here is just very tiny skulls?
Ooh, all bone meal.
Yeah.
I mean, you could think of snowflakes as really, really tiny heads.
Yeah, exactly.
With the dust in the middle being the skull.
Yeah.
Are you all right, Caius?
Physically, do have a few wounds, but when we get back, I'm aware of what you're asking, and I'll be fine. But this was a life-changing battle for me. And then I would kind of turn away to just go look at the narc and make sure it's not super messed up, kind of hiding my face a little bit.
Right. It has a nice little ding in it, but for the most part, it seems okay.
Is there
I'm sure somebody can buff that out.
a process of like packing it up, I'd probably just start doing that, like getting it ready.
Not really. It's more just pick it up and haul it off.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess I
have to
pick it up.
make a harness out of rope. So yeah,
Knowing that Grillrick normally carries it, I'm gonna just pick it up and carry it to like kind of.
It's heavy for you. Like it's. I mean, you got a good strength score, so you can definitely do it. But
Yeah,
like,
I do have 18 strength. I'm quite strong.
yeah, it's just more like the awkward size of it than anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for.
Got it. Yeah, so you carry it.
Look at it.
And I'm assuming you guys leave. So I'll make sure to take you to the right facet. Almost took you to Black Snow. Close.
yeah, that would have been if we'd gone through the rift.
Who knows? Boop. And then be back here where you were. All right. We're just gonna kind of. You guys travel back to the pillar city of Pentacost. You had to camp out once again. The blizzard's still going, but it's not as strong as the first day, but it's still going just as strong as it was the day before. And you guys eventually make your way back to the city.
Well, that was can we take an easier mission on next time? That was a lot.
Yes.
I think
Maybe
we have
collecting
to,
wolf pets. It was good. It was good.
I think we have to see what the guild has to say about our last discovery.
Oh yeah, the whole prophecy of doom thing.
Yeah, that thing.
As you guys are walking through the city, and again, once you're in the city, the effects of this blizzard is less, but it's still a snowstorm. A dark figure would fall from the sky and land in front of you all. That you recognize a little bit there, Hugo, as the bird you talked to the other day.
Oh.
Do you remember her name?
I remember the elf, but not the Aarakocra.
Miss Bree?
Bree was the elf, yes.
No, the Aarakocra was Bree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember wrong. Okay. Okay.
She would land down, and she would have her fold her arms over and looks at you, Charles, and is like, "Oh, you didn't die."
What did you really? Who do you take me for? Why should I die against such a low-level threat?
She raises an eyebrow, just like, "Yeah." And she like looks at all of you, and you're all banged up and stuff. I mean, yes, you got long rest in because you traveled and stuff, but still, I'm sure you're not 100% back to top. And she's like, "Hey,
Got some bandages here and there.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
I'm not saying it was completely easy, but I mean, we've seen worse.
She nods. Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the one he stuck off to mate, or did we all meet her? I'm trying to remember.
No, he's just not her.
Okay.
Just from the
Then he
black
flirted
elves.
with an elf for a while.
It's like
Yes. Hey, I was going to see the elf after when we came back.
yeah. So, Charles, you gonna introduce us?
Yeah, that's Bree. She's from the Black House.
Can you just announce that? I feel like that's supposed to be a secret. Facts, just say.
She's an associate of mine.
Bree would look at you,
She's
Phoenix.
from the
It's
Black
like,
Associate. Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's fine. Black House isn't 100% a secret, especially for more public members like myself and Charles here.
See.
So, but don't go.
Nice to meet you.
I just was flying by and I saw your group walking by, and she like looks at you again, Charles, and just has this like inquisitive look about her. And she's like, I'm sure we'll bump into each other.
Is it just me or did...
I was going to go back to the house settlement here, so yeah, it was more or less certain that we would have run into each other again. But did you only saw us on the way back, or did you follow us from other places?
She would point to the pillar. She's like, well, I was headed back to the Convergence, flying over, and I saw your group.
Well, if you want to have exclusive information for now, the rift that was on this facet was closed thanks to myself and my associates here.
Well, be
What the hell?
Hmm?
The music had a fucking Japanese recording in it. What the hell?
yeah.
What? I'm trying to figure out what the hell. Where's that coming from? Who the hell leaves the recording of the VA in a background music track?
All right. What are you saying, Charles?
That if she wanted like exclusive information in advance, the rift here was in this facet was closed.
Right, and she commented saying that be awkward if it wasn't closed and you were here. That you just fled from
we
it.
could have just left, technically.
Be.
I'm sure this never happened.
I'm assuming at this point you guys are like walking back toward the pillar still as you guys are talking. And as you get there, yeah, she would look at the rift or the portal, not the rift, the portal to back to the Convergence, and she would be like, "Well, see you around, Charles." And she would walk on through.
Yes.
I do want to do a quick insight check on her to discern if she was in fact keeping eyes on us.
Oh yeah, I wanted
check.
to do the same.
Yeah. You both of you can roll me insight checks.
Right.
That was okay.
Gorik, you're not able to pick anything up, but Charles, you can definitely tell there's something a little bit more to her simply stopping by. You don't think it was, you're pretty sure it wasn't nefarious, but it's definitely like interesting. So,
of course.
especially if you added the fact that she's a higher tier Black House member and she's the one who did the scouting information and gave it to you and everything. So it's definitely there's definitely some signs pointing toward it wasn't just it most likely wasn't just random meeting.
Technically, it was more the elf that gave me information, but
yes. No, it was Bree. Bree is the scout who was flying around and all that stuff. She was the one that you were flirting with.
I thought
no, it wasn't the elf.
I was at the reception and the elf in the other one.
No.
I mixed it up.
It's fine. It's fine. It happens.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys head back
thought the same thing. So
to the Convergence, I'm assuming.
I mean,
yeah.
Were we planning anywhere else?
I don't know.
Like, are we going to go
Third
back?
campaign.
Are we going to go back to the sand one, desert? God damn, I can't remember the name of it.
Dragfur.
Dragfur, the one where we were.
Or Darkfur.
The one where we were trying to trick them into letting us see the general, or the.
This one, you guys want to go here?
Yeah.
How about
I think now we're heading back to the Convergence to bring the narc and get our reward and everything.
Yeah.
Yes. Job well done and all that. And I know that it seemed a bit rough back there, but frankly, I think everybody performed quite well considering.
That's the first time I've ever got to use that spell. I've heard of it from other druids, but I've never used it before.
Kind of surprising it's a moonbeam for you and not a sunbeam with all the fire stuff, though.
I think when I was young,
You underestimate the power of the moon.
I know, but isn't the...
I think when I was young, I saw one summoned from a distance, but I'm not sure.
Would the moon even work the same with the light? Is moonlight still sunlight in this world?
Yes.
I mean, there are blood moons apparently, so.
Well, like, I'm asking if it still works the same way, where it's moonlight is technically just reflected sunlight.
Well, we're gonna go with yes.
Okay. Let's not world build space right now. That's a bit much.
Yeah. So you guys are back on the Convergence, and immediately the weather of cold, wintry land is replaced by normal temperate Convergence weather.
I shed my cloak.
Oh, someone goes
okay. It's Kevin.
Sorry about that. 1 second.
All right. You're still echoing, Kevin.
My bad.
Testing?
I'm
All
good.
right, cool.
Am I here?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're heading back to the Adventurers Guild, right? You all walk through the city. I'm assuming, like, at some point you guys would shed your winter clothes.
Yeah.
I keep
It's
mine.
going to start warming up for you all very quickly.
I keep mine by mine. I'm not gonna throw away something I bought.
Oh no, I don't think you're going to get
yeah.
rid of them, but like you'd like change out from, winter clothes to your normal day clothes since you're back on convergence.
I stuffed mine into the bag of holding.
Yeah, just yeah. Right.
I have the bag of holding.
As you all walk to the Adventurers Guild, you would see standing outside the doors is Nathan.
Nathan, good to see you.
I mean, he seems as if he was waiting for you, Five.
Oh dear.
Good news. For once, we are not here to bring you bad news. We successfully closed the rift.
Nathan nods. Oh, I figured as much. It'd be kind of weird since the report I got says it was closed.
First rift. Yay.
He smiles at you all. He's like, yes, it is. How do you guys feel about it?
It was a rough fight, but all things considered, we've definitely grown as a team.
Feeling a bit better after last mission, but not anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am here to give you guys a pat on the back and a thumbs up. Good job.
Yeah.
So he seems to have like this smile. He's trying to hide a smile, but he's having a really hard time hiding it.
Really?
Is that really all?
Like, am I asking?
All you're waiting for us for?
I don't. He's like, gosh. That's all I'm here is to greet you all and say good job. I was your mentor and such, and seeing you Five, closing your first rift. It's kind of like wipes away a fate tear. He's like, it's just beautiful. Doing what all of us did at some point.
What is going on?
This has nothing to do with what we talked to you about before.
He shakes his head. No.
Really?
Inside check.
Yeah.
Inside check.
Yeah.
All of you can roll inside checks. That's fine.
Okay, Gorrick might get it.
Oh,
wait.
Phoenix and Charles, you guys are. You can't get a read on him. Dusty, you're kind of sure as he's telling the truth. Gloric, he's telling the truth, but he's still hiding something. Like, and not in a nefarious way at all, but like how like a parent lies to you about a certain birthday or Christmas gift.
I don't say anything.
All right.
So,
Like,
but Nathan's like, why don't you guys head on in and get your rewards and everything?
okay.
I start walking through the door. I'm like, okay, seems legit.
As you open the door, Dusty, immediately you see there is 2 rows of adventurers lined up on either side of the door, and as they see you, they are all clapping and cheering.
What the fuck?
That son of a bitch.
There are congratulations, there are whoops and hollers and cheers and such as you all walk to the secretary to turn in your mission.
Phoenix grins.
Oh, Charles just bumps his chest and takes the cloak out.
It's just billowing behind you. Yeah. Caius, as you set down the narc, no one comments on the ding on it by any means, but you could tell there's a few people who eye it. They're like,
sorry. Do we recognize any of these people? Like, is the half elf we saved from prison in here or anything?
Yeah, the Dragoon character is there. You can recognize several faces of all these different adventurers and such. Even a few of the people on the NPC chart, Claypaw and Merrick and Malark, they're all there, including Nathan. And they're all clapping and cheering for you for your first good job. And Claypaw would come walk over to you all. And you guys haven't seen her since that first time, so it's been a while. And she has that grandmotherly smile of pride and such. She's like, it's your first one. And she kind of gestures to everything. She's like, yeah, this happens every time someone completes the first rift. We just don't tell you it's gonna happen.
I look straight at Nathan as I say, "You don't say."
Nathan's just he just has he's distracted by something, looking away, all innocent looking.
Well, that's
nice. Thank you.
The secretary takes the narc, and you all can see him glare at the ding and wants to say something, but doesn't want to ruin the moment, so he doesn't. And he hands you your 400 gold pieces. And he says,
Clark,
the Undead Rift is closed officially. Congratulations, good job, everyone, guys.
Yeah. Can I just say to the clerk as an aside, sorry about the ding?
Yeah, you can kind of whisper. He's like, sorry.
Oh no, I'll say it in his head.
Oh yeah. Then he's definitely creeped out by it. He's like, all right. And he takes it behind, and after everything's done, everyone kind of starts dispersing. You guys get a few more good jobs and pats in the back, some POBs. But yeah, everyone disperses because there's more rifts, there's more jobs to do. There's a couple. I say a couple. To two of you, there are familiar faces that walk up to you as your group. The first one would be Caius. Caius, there's a familiar lizard person walking up to you all.
Lorake.
Huh?
Lorake, right?
Yep, Lorake. And then Gwilric. There's a familiar-ish looking tiefling walking up to you.
Let's see. Let me just double check the name here. Would that be Piercing?
Yes, it would be Piercing. So, and Claypaw and Nathan are still there as well. Claypaw just, once again congratulates you all. Larique, for those of you who don't know who Larique is, let me pull up an image. Hold on 1 second here. There you go. Should be able to see him. There you go.
I don't got him on my screen.
I don't see him.
Show to players. Hold on. Let me do this. Save.
There we go.
Now can you see him? Yeah, there we go.
Ooh.
Buff kobold.
So, and it's a lizard folk. And it's not a 1-for-1, but he definitely has the giant sword, cleaver-looking weapon. And then to the other people, I don't have a image for Piercing because I couldn't find one that quite matched how I have her in my head. So for now, just imagine a purplish-looking tiefling with a ponytail. So, and she's wearing just more normal-looking clothes, just commoner-ish looking clothes, nothing fancy about her. Lyrique would go up to you first, Caius. And he would hand you a new Red House medallion.
As he goes to hand it to me, I'll give him a bow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for everything you've taught me, and I'll take it.
Yeah, you are now a Tier 2 Red House member.
Go. I don't know what that gives me, but that's awesome.
Yeah, well, we will cover all that here in a little bit. Hold on 1 second here. I'm trying to find my notes. For Gwilric, Piercing says she has two things for you. The first is a sealed letter And she says, this is for you to open up in private, as per directed of the head leader of the Bronze Palace. And then secondly, she said, there's someone who you should go visit that just joined the Bronze Palace. She says she knows you, and she'll be waiting for you there.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there with my internet, but I got where you said I was tier 2. I didn't hear
you're tier
anything
2.
after that.
Yeah, because we'll get to that in a a little bit.
What did you say anything after that?
Yeah, that was it. Because I moved on to Gwilwork.
Okay, good.
I'm actually then going to say to Piercing, this woman who wants to see me, was she one of my kind?
She would nod, yes.
Wonder what she's doing here.
Okay. And then Claypaw has a few things to hand out as well. I say a few things. She actually has one thing to hand out. For Phoenix, you're given your tier 2 greenhouse member.
Thank you.
And to Charles, she says that you need to go back to your black house and get your stuff there. And as everyone's handing things out, a very out of breath looking gnome comes running in. He has a grayish looking beard. It's mostly dark and black, but it's starting to look a little gray. And he runs in, he's looking around in a panic. He's like, which one of these Dustrum?
That'd be me?
Cool. You need to go to the blue house right now.
Okay.
He grabs a chair, a table, and gets it and is out of breath.
What the flying hells?
Yeah, I mean, I would think that most people would be breathing like that, running away from you, not towards you.
I give him a side eye. It's like, dude, I haven't nothing but helpful on 8 missions. Does this just give you joy or something?
All of us chuckle pretty much, I'm sure. Just everyone.
Okay, I'll be there as soon as right away. Okay, guys, you know how to divide the gold and stuff. I'll come collect it later. Bye.
See you, Dusty.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure everyone would run off to do things except for
sounds like
Kaya,
we've got our
since
own
your person's here. Yeah. Larik is here with you, Caius, and he kind of breaks down what happens for you now that you're a tier 2 Red House member. So he would say the rank of tier 2 is a squire. And to gain this rank, you had to prove yourself of battle and skill. And he says, for most people, it's closing a rift is how you gain tier 2. For some people, it's something else, but since you all just close a rift, he explains. And he kind of because everyone else just got tier 2 as well at the same time, pretty much. So he's like, you guys closing the rift is what did it for you all. He said, because you're a squire, someone is assigned as a mentor to you to raise and train you up and guide you. And Larry kind of grumbles. He says, unfortunately for you, that's me. Officially.
Oh, well. Seems like nothing changes then.
He's like, oh, no. And he has his devilish grin. He's like, see, there's another thing you get at tier 2, and it's my favorite place in the world. He's like, come on, I'll show you. And he's gonna just basically drag you out at this point. And all along the way, he's like, you're my bitch now, officially. Now that means I get to boss you around as much as I want, whatever I want. And he then hands you his sword. He's like, carry this for me. I need a strength save from you, by the way.
All right.
Or strength athletics check. Sorry, just athletics check.
All right, athletic.
And immediately you just are unprepared for the sheer weight of this thing, because he just carries it around as if it weighs nothing. And to you, you're just barely able to take 2 steps while carrying it. And Larique says, all right, if you're not there by sundown, you get to do extra laps when we get there.
Oh. Thank you, sir.
He's
May I
like,
have another?
oh, you want more, you said. Well, we'll take care of that when we get there then. And you see, like, everyone else who's a Red House member is all wincing and, like, just glad they're not at that point in their lives anymore.
Probably quite a few looks of pity going your way.
Yeah. We're gonna do Dustrum first.
Okay.
Dusty, you run off to the Blue House sector of the Convergence. I'm assuming you're heading straight there, correct?
Yeah, I don't really have.
Yeah.
That sounded very panicky.
All right. So you arrive at the Blue House sector, and as you would enter, you would see a familiar elf standing there. And if you go to the NPCs, it's Merrick.
Oh, hey, spear guy.
No, not Malark, Merrick.
Oh, Merrick.
The Silver Seer, the white-haired guy who.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Whisper College representative. Yes.
Yeah, they sound similar. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
He has his white orb floating next to him over his left shoulder, and you would have seen him there at the Adventurers Guild, and now he's here. So it's a little. However you want to take that, you can take that.
Teleportation magic exists. I mean, we use it all the time.
Mm-hmm. He would see you. He was like, "Good, the runner wasn't late."
Yeah, but he does seem kind of exhausted. Though. You might have sent a medic after him or something.
You won't die. Come along.
All right.
And he starts walking inward.
I follow.
Yep. As you follow, he's like, Dustrum, in your opinion, what is the Blue House?
It's a repository of knowledge, and it's always seeking to gain more information about the world around us so we can better understand it.
That's a very textbook answer, but if that's how you want to answer, then so be it.
Well, I guess it could also be considered a place for experimentation.
Mm-hmm. Very much similar to the Black House, yes, in fact. You see, many of the houses overlap in that such things. Why the Green House and Yellow House overlap, because many Greenhouse members are alchemists or medical professionals, and they make things. But that's what the Yellow House also does. The Red House and White House overlap very much in terms of combativeness and fighting prowess, but there are many mages in the Red House who also research and discover new spells, which could also fall in the Blue House. It's a giant overlapping circle.
Gotcha, like an alchemist, like an array.
Exactly, he says.
Yeah.
And as you're walking, you're going through some doors and such that you've never been granted access to walk through before due to your previous standing of Tier 1. And eventually you would walk into a library that would almost rival Gerald's.
Whoa.
Except it's much more organized.
Man, Gerald could learn a thing or two from you guys.
Welcome to the first floor of the Blue House Library. As part of your Tier 2 membership, you have access to this.
Oh boy. Sweet new books.
A repository of knowledge and research and maps, and many things have been discovered over time since the Blue House was founded over nearly 1,000 years ago, shortly after Arthur Pentacost died.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it's the lowest tier, and the information here is subpar, but I'm sure you could find a use for it.
Well, is there stuff in here that isn't outside of here?
Who knows? I haven't read every single book, and I have yet to meet someone who has.
Okay, I'll get on working on that.
He just laughs a little bit. He's like, and there is one more thing you get for your Tier 2 membership. The Blue House represents discovery, as you much said yourself. However, for this reward, it's about discovering yourself. As every tier 2 scribe, and that is your rank as a scribe now, you are given one of two things: a tool or an answer to a single question to help further your own development down your own path of discovery. No, that you pick a tool, it must also be related to you specifically. Can't be for a friend or a loved one or a child. And then when you are done with said tool, it will be taken back.
Okay.
You don't have to pick now. Just know when you're ready to choose, we will be ready to help you.
Gotcha. How did you know which questions would help me, though?
As for you to figure out, you ask the question and we will answer you to the best of the knowledge that we have within this house.
Okay.
All the way up to the highest of floors, to the personal knowledge of Lord McGonagall.
Ooh, that's a lot. Well, thank you, Merrick. I hope to be good at second tier as I was at first tier, or at least, or try to be better.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You and your team have made a few good discoveries, one of which being the goblins and such. So, we would have given you this tier 2 a little bit sooner, but you seem to always avoided our people to track you down and invite you to the house.
We adventure a lot.
And that is a good thing. We like members who go out and discover new things.
Yeah. Wait, goblins, do you already, I assume you already know, did you hear about a recent discovery on, it's not Decret, it's, I keep forgetting all the facet names.
Good thing I have them all listed under the tab.
I know, I'm looking at it. Was it Isotrex? Staggering.
Pentacost?
Pentacost, that's what I'm thinking of.
Which discovery are you talking about?
The prophecy?
That was not
Or
Pentacost.
it was
That
Harderin.
was Harderin.
Harderin. Did you already learn about our discovery on Harderin?
He's like, you made a discovery on Harderin.
Oh, yeah. This might be a... I go close to him. I'm gonna say in his head, this might be dangerous knowledge, so I prefer if we went somewhere a bit more private.
Have you made a report, he asks?
To the Adventurers Guild, yes.
Then it will come across my desk eventually.
Gotcha. Okay. Then,
Also, he would reply telepathically to you as well.
Yeah. Good. Ah, you can do that too.
'Cause-
Neat. Can you hear the other ones in here?
Hear the other one what? He looks around, there's no one here.
Oh, the ghosts that are in my head.
You have ghosts in your head.
Yeah, a goblin and a priestess.
He opens his mouth to say something and closes it. And then his orb would zoom around and float in front of your head. Do you resist a spell?
No.
Okay, cool. Then you feel a cool wave of energy flow over you. And Merrick would make a very uncough, huh?
Like out of character, he just goes, "What the fuck?"
Basically, yeah. Merrick kind of looks at you, Dusty, and he says, Dustrum, answer this very carefully for the question I'm about to ask you. Are you a necromancer?
Not intentionally, if I am. The only necromantic spells I use tend to be healing spells.
I didn't ask if you cast necromancy spells. I asked if you were a necromancer. It's a completely different question. Details matter in the Blue House.
No, I wouldn't. I'd say I'm more of a messenger. I don't, like, experiment on dead bodies. These two came in here willingly.
So you are...
I'm more of a hotel for spirits, I guess?
A hotel for spirits. That's a way to describe it. Well, I think you kind of know what kind of questions or maybe tool you want. But when you get a specific, let me know.
Yep. Thanks, Merrick, for taking a look at that. It was kind of freaking me out for a bit. But right now, I got some books to read.
And he leaves you to your books.
Okay.
And we fade away to someone else.
Yep. Yes, I managed to make one of the unflappable characters go, what the fuck? That's a success.
Quilric.
Yes.
I'm assuming you would go to the Bronze Palace.
I am walking there briskly.
Yeah. You would walk to this part of the convergence that, unlike the houses, seems to be actually a part of the main convergence, not its own separate little area. And you would walk into the very large building, and you would see near the secretary desk is a Loxodon that you would recognize, but probably not who you thought it was. Who'd you think it was?
I was inclined to think it was Bronus.
Nope, it is not Broadus. It is
I'm a little
someone.
disappointed.
No. It is a younger female Loxodon that you would know to be Zuti, who is one of your cousins. And as she sees you, she would come like trembling over to you, almost like knocking people over and such. And she's like, "Oh, sorry. 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 Little people. Sorry."
How old is she? Just out of
She's like
curiosity.
on the younger side, probably like was just old enough to be on her own and such.
I mean, are we talking about just adult age? Because that's how old I am.
Oh, then
16.
yes, and just adult age. Yeah.
So okay, so
So your age. I thought you were on the older side. I'm sorry about that. Loxodon
I
age
mean,
is a weird.
yeah. Luxodon age at roughly the same rate and cultural rate as dwarves.
Gotcha.
That's how I remember it.
She's probably like a year or two younger
Okay.
than you then.
Okay, yeah, that's hardly anything. So
And she's like,
I-
Quillic!
I assume we're speaking to each other in Luxodon now, and I pull her in for a hug
Sure.
and I say, "Zudi, I'm surprised to see you here."
Oh, I mean, it took a lot of convincing from our head elder, but he suggested for me to come over here since you were a member and such. And well, upon seeing me, I mean, well, they call me Gluric at first, which that was an insult and a half. I had to convince them that I wasn't you, which was weird. But yeah, I'm gonna join the Bronze Palace and such and work here.
Are you sure you want to do that? I mean, I chose to join up with the Bronze Palace because I'm with the Adventurers Guild and I'm doing important work and I can take it, but there's a bit of a stigma with joining the Bronze Palace that you would face. Are you sure you want to do that?
I mean, she looks at you, look confused, like, well, it can't be that bad if you joined, right?
Zudi, bear in mind, I've been trained to open myself up to the spirits of our ancestors. I'm not really... Being stigmatized is not something I'm really concerned about.
She would like roll her eyes at you. She's like, it'll be fine. It's not like I'm an adventurer. I'm here working, like actual working, not going to fight things and such like you do.
Hey, if it's what you want to do, and if you're sure and you know about that, then by all means.
And what's even better is I am now your representative within the palace and such. So if you have any questions, you can come to me, she says with a thumbs up.
This is what I get for getting away from the convergence as often as I do.
You can hear Nagomo in your head just going, yes. And he's like laughing, chuckling a little bit at this.
Okay, Zudi, I get it. You're in this position because you're related to me. You're one of our kin. Fine. Eventually, they'll learn you're not me. They'll start realizing there's a difference between the length of our tusks. But, yeah. Kindly do not speak for me without consulting me on my opinion first?
Well, it's she's like, how do I explain it? Ah, man, I just went over this yesterday. When she like pulls out like a little notepad, going through some notes and such, and she goes to a certain page, and she's like, oh, right. So within the Bronze Palace, as you gain more renown, you get assigned a quote unquote handler, which I didn't like that word. I think it's a little too possessive, but it's just the term they use here. Because you're always gone and such, if you need any assistance within the palace, you contact me and I go track it down for you to get what you need. Kind of like, what's the word she says? What's the common word? I don't know.
I think about it for a second and I go, courier? I say in common.
And she would shrug.
I don't know. Still a lot that I don't know about how the Bronze Palace actually works. But hey, sounds like it's your job.
Yeah, she was like, did you know here that you have access to the training area and like access to all the historic documents and things now?
Now, I knew that my access to stuff was limited before because I had just joined and there was a bit of a probationary period, as it were, but to know that there's, I suppose given what I just returned from, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised.
She's like, yeah. So she's like fumbles through like another set of papers she has. She's like, right. Gloric has been recommended for upgrade access within the Bronze Palace due to recent events and accomplishments. With the latest one being a rift. What's a rift?
Oh, rifts are fun. They're basically tears open in reality that lead to other planes of existence, and they're destabilizing.
She says, that sounds not fun. That sounds horrible.
It actually is kind of horrible. I was indeed being facetious. But thankfully, I work with a rather capable team at the Adventurers Guild, and we were able to close it.
Oh, yeah. I always told you about your friends and things like that, or that you have them anyways. Where are they? She like looks around.
Oh, they all got summoned by their own associates, because apparently it's a thing of note when an Adventurers Guild group closes a rift.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations then.
Thank you.
She would beam a smile at you, and she would be, okay, well, do you need or want anything? I can track it down for you. I guess that's what I'm here now for.
Not anything specific. I would just say, since it's now your job, apparently, just be you, network, learn things about various people, just so that if I ever need somebody to find somebody, you can point me towards them, or point me towards someone who can point me towards them. Just.
She nods a little bit. That makes sense. Oh, also, if I do a really good job here, they'll send more Loxodon to the Convergence to work and such. It's this big new thing that's happening. Yeah, the Convergence is open into us interacting more and such. It's great.
I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised, and I figured something like this might happen with me joining, well, any of the houses, really. But, yeah. It's indeed a big development.
Oh, and if you ever want to send a letter back home or anything, give it to me. There's an actual dedicated mail line now to our set.
I take it it's going to be faster than a standard message delivery service via Skyship.
She would nod. There's an actual representative for the Convergent station there now, near our tribe.
Huh.
Yeah. She kind of like lean in and whisper, between you and me, I overheard their talk about building a set of docks there for trade.
Damn, this is I should not be surprised really with everything that's been going on and what I factored into it, but it's still kind of interesting to be made aware of events like this. Well, in any event, I did have. It was a pretty rough mission closing that rift, and I could stand to have a bit of rest, R&R, as they call it. So I'm going to head back to the guild to lay down in the barracks for a bit. It is very good to see you again, Zudi.
It's good to see you too.
Yeah, I give her another hug and I just say, well, and I'll be seeing more of you in the near future. I'll let you know if I need anything.
All right, bye.
And with that, I will head back to the guild.
All right, we will do Phoenix next. Phoenix, you have your tier 2 symbol, but you haven't been told anything what's really happening. And you would get to the guild, and what would you do? Or the house, the greenhouse, and what would you do?
The first thing before I leave, I would ask Claypot, is there any news on the reports we've made?
She would make like a face. She's like, it's nothing that could be handled at this very moment right now. It's just, this is a time right now for celebration, not for worrying about things that can't be taken care of at this very moment. All you need to know right now is basically what you told us. We're pretty sure it's 10 months and it's real. We have people scouting the facet looking for the creature, but you and your group just keep doing what you're doing, and as soon as anyone gets a scent of where this monster is, you guys will be told about it.
Keep out for a druid clan. There's no way of knowing if they still are there.
She was like, we think they're all gone, but we'll keep that in mind too, she says. And she'll give you like a pat on the arm, like a firm, supportive, grab. And she's like I said, today's not about being sad and depressed about something that you have no control over. Go get your rewards, celebrate with your friends. The monster's not going to attack tonight.
I suppose. Thank you. And Phoenix will make his way towards the greenhouse then.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 moment. So you head off to the greenhouse, and what do you do?
I'll probably just go to the front desk like I usually do and be socially awkward like always, and just go like, excuse me, I recently was given this from the Adventurers Guild that he'll hold up his tier 2 greenhouse badge. I was wondering what this means.
You show them your badge.
Yeah.
It's you too. And they were like, oh, it's you. Yes, hold on 1 moment. Let me go fetch someone real quick.
Okay. Runs a hand through his fire.
And as you are waiting, you would see a half-orc come walking out. And the half orc would have a similar looking animal to Piro that you have. Or he has similar, looks similar to Piro, but instead of a phoenix fox, it would be a phoenix looking bird on his shoulder.
A friend of fire.
And the half orc would smile and say, "All right, you're not a lost cause then. Wonderful."
Tries not to cry. Just, ow, my heart.
Your previous teachers have served you well, it seems, and given you the beginnings of growth. He would gesture some nearby chairs for you two to sit down.
I'll do so. I don't suppose I've had consistent mentoring, no, but I've got the opportunity to learn from a few wise druids along the way.
He would nod. All right. Well, let me explain what's going to happen here. The greenhouse is a place of nurturing and growth. It's connecting with the natural world around you for whatever that reason may be along the cycle. As that's how the druids view it anyways, and how I view it. Your own viewpoint and how you want to do things is for you to do. Every seed has its own roots to plant down. Or whatever, he waves a hand, or whatever bullshit sayings there are. I don't care for them, I'm a very direct person. And I don't bullshit you so long as you don't bullshit me. Sound fair?
Oh, okay.
He nods. Good. All right, tier 2. You're now a tender. You tend to not only the greenhouse, but also to yourself. Right? If, as part of this, you are given a mentor. He gestures to himself. All I know is you're a druid. And you're like me, a circle of the flame, so to speak. You're not part of any circle as far as I'm aware as well. Is that correct?
No, not currently.
He nods. That's fine. You don't have to be a part of a circle, but if you want to join one, that's also fine. Do you want to join a circle?
I'd like to one day. It's to be able to grow and foster in a community is, well, it's ideal, is it not?
He would let us sigh. He's like, maybe, I wouldn't know. I'm too used to being by myself and with Perry here. And he kind of pokes at the bird a little bit.
I understand that. And he pulls out of his pocket little Fiametta and he's like, currently this is my companion. I also have a fox, Pierrot.
He would look at when you pull out the rat and it's not on fire. He looks very confused, and then you mention Pierrot. He's like, "Oh, you don't keep yours out?"
I do. It's just when I summon him, things can get a little fiery.
He looks at you, and who cares about them?
I'll summon Pierrot.
There you go, he says, and you would see Pierrot and Perry kind of interact with one another to the side.
Eyes wide, head tilt. What the heck? Another one?
So.
This is Pierrot. I can only hold him for so long before he tends to go away again, but...
The half-orc would nod, and he would say, well, there are ways to gain further control of your powers if that's something you wish to do. I can keep mine out forever.
What? Really?
Not. Perry is as permanent to this world as I am, so long as I will it.
That's amazing.
He nods.
He gets Pierrot, gives him some scritches, I would love to learn how to do that.
Well, there are different paths and different ways for growth for one like yourself. So tell me, how do you wish to grow in power and get stronger? If that's what you want.
There's so many things I want to learn. I don't know if there's a way to sum it up in a simple sentence.
Like I said, you don't bullshit me, I don't bullshit you.
I want to be able to help my friends more. I feel like I'm weak compared to them. I want to be
how, he says. Do you want to deal more damage? Do you want to burn all your enemies away? Do you wish to become a healer? Do you wish to invigorate your allies with power? Do you wish to bane your enemies with power? He says, lay it out for me, he says.
Looking at all the different things I sent you because I'm trying to find a way how to sum up what I want to. Most of it was healing, I believe. Healing and self-healing and stuff. And protection. I want to be able to protect them and myself and heal them.
He nods. Okay. We can work on that. We can work with that. Kind of weird to do with fire, but again, something that can be done.
What I do, I was afraid of fire for the longest time, and I wanted to find a way to make it less scary. So I learned to harness it as a healing agent.
Well, it's been done before. There's others who've done it, and well, if you want to do it, then we'll figure out a way for you to do it.
But, I mean, the ability to burn away foes is helpful as well.
He nods. It's very helpful indeed. He says, for me, I burn away everything until it's ashes. Because if I don't like it, I get rid of it, and I use it as fertilizer to grow something new. I follow the fire of destruction. He looks at you a little bit as you say it at the same time as him. He's like, how you know that?
There was a wise druid once. I spent some time there. They helped me learn a bit.
He kind of has this face of he seems to have a slightly higher respect for you, just ever so slightly. He's like, okay, all right, I got less work I have to do to help you understand things. So you know the colors of the flames.
Yes, so you would be
the red flame of destruction.
Flame?
The red flame of destruction.
Said it at the same time as him again.
Yeah. He's like, all right, what about you? Do you have a flame yet?
I struggle. I wish to do too much.
He chuckles. Well, too bad it's not a rainbow flame.
Ironic, because in my other D&D campaign, we're currently seeking out a thing called the Rainbow Flame.
Hey, yo! All these squares make a circle.
I guess it's hard to know which flame, because the green flame, for example, the flame you can trust.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is it other than trustworthy?
It's a flame. He crosses his arms. He's like, well, that's a flame for those who summon friends. He gestures to Perry and Piro. He's like, you can gain more flame friends with that way. Companions you can always trust.
Then there's the flame of truth, the blue flame.
Flame of truth. It's more, that's he like kind of scratches his cheek a little bit. How do I say it? More useful against those who use illusions and tricks against you. It's the flames that reveal truth. It's more of a flame of knowledge.
I'm not updating my notes or anything.
No, totally not.
No. Phoenix is definitely scribbling down notes in his little worn leather notebook he carries everywhere, which also contains all his alchemy ideas and everything.
Make Phoenix lose journal. Got it.
That's me in real life when I lose my fucking day timer, and I'm just like, what day is it? What do I have?
If I ever lose access to my Google Drive, I'm just I lose a part of myself, literally.
Yep.
Okay, continuing.
The flame of rebirth, I think I understand. It's the flame of destruction, and like you said, using that to plant new life.
He nods.
And then the white flame is the healing flame?
He would nod again, much like holy light.
And then the black flame. That's the one I don't understand the difference between the black and the red.
There is the difference between permanent destruction, scorching the earth, versus removing the old for the new.
I definitely
Black
don't
flame is permanent destruction. It is ensuring whatever you destroy never comes back.
There is one thing in particular I would very much like to do that too, but I don't think that will be a common thread for me.
It says and those are just the main colors. There's more abstract ones, but from what you're telling me, I'm thinking either green or white.
If only I could do both.
Says, well, you can always focus on one and do a little bit in another. He thumbs over to Perry. Just because I focus on the red flame doesn't mean I haven't learned to make my companion here last forever.
True. Alright, so I'm a white flame.
But that's what you want to be, he says. If you want.
I think that would be best for my friends. I can keep them safe then.
Alrighty, he says. We have a plan for how you're going to get better, stronger. That's good. That's the first step. Now the question is, how do you do it?
That's where I've been stuck. I had some unconventional training over the course of a few years, but my mentor decided it was time for me to go off on my own. And
Mentor, who are they?
Trying to quickly open up what the fuck my mentor's name was. Do you have it written down? Because I don't know if I have it written down.
Your mentor's name. I didn't keep track with that.
Yeah. Shit.
Is it not on your backstory?
No, because I made it up one session in the middle of when I was talking to that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I don't remember what the name was, so I'm just going to give it a new name generator. Oh my gosh, my computer's so slow. My computer's frozen. Do you have a name generator?
I can pull one up, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, it's female, right?
Female, yeah.
Human?
I don't think it was ever established, but I had assumed she was a half elf.
All right, half elf. We'll do that then.
Oh, these squares make a circle.
They do. Oh, Luna. I like that one.
That sounds nice. How you spell? Bologna. Nice.
Oh, 20. There you go.
Her name was Alona.
The half-orc would kind of like shrug. Yeah, I don't recognize it.
I doubted it. She was an enigma, to say the least.
Oh, there are... For every druid that is in a circle and stays, there's at least 2 that don't.
I don't think she was ever a part of a circle either. Or maybe she was once, but she wasn't anymore when I met her.
Oh, it happens all the time, he says. But maybe you'll bump into her again. Or maybe she's dead, he shrugs. Who knows? Doesn't matter, you got me now.
Fails a slight bit, and is like, all right. Yes, so where do we begin?
He thinks about it for a minute. He's like, he holds up a finger. Where does a druid get their power?
Nature?
Or where do you get your power? He specifies.
My inner spark.
And how did you get this spark?
Gestures to like the absolutely like destroyed, scarred skin that he's covered in. Fire.
And so he looks at you and is like, all right, so my internal guess was correct. You are not a druid born as a naturally.
I was on my way to it as a young teen, but unfortunately that was not my fate.
Druids get their powers from, as you said, nature. But nature comes in many different forms. Nature isn't lawful, he says. Nature is chaotic. Straight lines never occur in nature. And as such, the power you have is chaotic in nature, he says. For me, he says, and he would pull out a amulet from under his shirt, and you see there's this giant red ruby there. And he says, for me, my fire comes from nature, but is the first flame after a thunderstorm. Burns away the old overgrown forest, and a new forest can grow from it. And you can see the gemstone has carvings in it and around it in the harness it has of what he just described. You see a lightning strike, you can see a tree on fire, you can see all sorts of things.
Dude.
What's up?
Sorry, no, like, I got a text from somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You need to find where your fire comes from. Yes, it comes from within, it comes from another world. He kind of says in like an assumption way and kind of gestures for you to confirm that.
When I was a child, my tribe, the Peace Walkers, we were a nomadic tribe on a distant facet. I'd never seen the Convergence in my life at the time, but we were known enough for the Convergence to send someone to deal with a rift. I went to show where the rift was to the adventuring group that came, and something went really wrong. All I know is everything burned.
He nod. So you gain your fire from the elemental plane of fire. He says, honestly, a little jealous.
Jealous.
He looks at you. Take it or leave it, but that's a powerful flame. That's from the source right there. That's from where the first fire came from to this world, was from the plane of fire.
Suppose I should be honored, but at the time I was pissed off.
He shrugs. Yeah. However you plan to deal with it, that's on you. If you want to get angry and destroy the world yourself, go for it. Fuck them. If you want to take it and make it your own, do it.
It's so chaotic.
But he points at you. He says, "But don't be a little bitch and cry about it."
I decided I wanted to harness fire as a tool of rebirth and a tool of healing.
Yes. I get that. I mean, that's what you want to do. That's what we're going to do, he says. Like I said, I'm not going to play games with you. I don't believe in that sort of thing that a lot of druids do, speaking your riddles and around things. And he just waves a hand. He's just like, annoying as shit. Directed to the point.
I found it fascinating. I thought I was bad at it, though.
He says, if you start speaking your riddles around me, I'm going to burn your hair.
Looks at you a little bit deeper. His hair is on fire.
He said, I didn't stutter. I'm going to do it still.
Just.
You don't think I can light fire on fire, huh? I'll do it. I'll figure out a way to do it. I'll devote the rest of my life to figure it out. He kind of just laughs at himself, realizing this is blunder. He's like, all right. Wait, he kind of like thinks about it for a minute. All right. So how do we give you healing powers? He's like, there's a lot of ways we can do it. There's a lot of natural sources we can go to. He looks at you. Are you religious?
No.
He's like, damn. All right, that rules that out. He kind of thinks and mulls it over. He holds up a finger. He's like, I got it. Maybe. Healing fire, right?
Yes.
What's a source of fire that is known for helping people?
Fire in general.
He says, explain.
The warmth. It takes care of you. It
How?
keeps you,
Define
provides
it.
light. Provides light. It keeps away the cold. It keeps you safe in general.
Safe from what, he says, other than the cold? What are some of the oldest stories about fire that are known to our world? Do you know the story of when the first flame was come to this world?
I don't.
He nods. The stories change from culture to culture, but the general consensus is the same. Back before the Shattering, back even before Author Pentacost was alive, and back before the first sparks of magic existed, there existed man, orc, elf. The different cultures and races have their own different things. Doesn't matter at this point. What matters is there was a group of people. They were cold. They were hungry. It was dark. It was dangerous. And the Lord of the Flame took pity upon them, seeing our world and such, and gave them the gift of fire. The fire protected them from the darkness, from the cold, and from the monsters that lurked within the darkness. The fire can do many different things, hence why we have the different colors associated with the different meanings. Protection, like you said, is one of them. The question is, how do we find a source of that for you to gain inspiration from?
It's funny, when I heal, what I usually tend to do is burn away the old for the new, similar to what you do, but in a sense of, well, I guess we wouldn't know cellular level. It wouldn't
No,
be a
we
term.
wouldn't know. That's a little too modern.
In the sense of when you get rid of the old flesh, the way your skin peels after spending too much time in the sun, then the new skin can adjust and breathe once more without the old on top of it.
He nods. Okay. He thinks for a minute. So, what do you think you should do? What should your inspiration be? Where should we go first?
Protection. Safety.
A warding flame, he says.
I suppose.
It's like, all right, I got some ideas. You got time?
I do.
All right, let's go. He just gets up and walks off.
I'll follow him. Fine.
All right.
He's like,
And
where are we
out you go. And then for our final person, it is Charles.
Yes.
Charles, you arrive at the Black House. And as you enter, it is awkwardly empty inside. And I need you to move down the secret chat with me.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Finally.
Gotta love it when that happens.
This is the one
now
part
we
that
check our mess.
never gets on recording.
I'm so tired. Phoenix and me both have no clue what Phoenix is doing.
We never have any clue what Phoenix is doing.
Phoenix is just like, I'm doing my best. Tired, I need a nap. Insomnia was a bitch last night.
Same here.
Yeah, just get night shift jobs. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Just vibe to the music for a little bit.
Yep. Should I change it?
No, it's great. I was debating having Phoenix be like a summoner and have a shit ton of little animals, but I feel like it's not what the party needs.
I don't know, like where I'm taking Dusty at this point.
Well, the literal only reason I'm taking Phoenix to healer is because it's what our party needs. Like, Phoenix, I would totally go for Flame of Rebirth otherwise, because I think that that's super cool and thematic. But we have two frontliners that have no source of healing at all.
I'm here.
You are here, but...
Like, I'm kidding, like, it's like, no source of healing, it's like, where are the two healers?
Yeah, no, it's just that you tend to play more of a support role, I found, using a lot of concentration and support stuff.
Like, I just think it's, I don't think, because I do, like, in my opinion, I do it through, like, triage. I'm not going to heal them until they are down. Like, I'm going to keep them alive. You want to keep them like
That's fair.
tip top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a valid strategy when they're taking hits for us, but like, I don't have as many spell slots as you do.
That is very fair. Aren't bards full casters?
They're full casters, but they're not prepared casters.
They're just generally designed that it's very hard to get bards to specialize.
Yeah.
It's true. That's kind of what I figured. That's why I'm specializing in healing with Phoenix, because I figured for party comp it makes the most sense.
Like, spirits is the closest I can get to a healer bard, because it has support stuff when I can start rolling dice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think you're doing, I think the party comp is working. That's why I'm not changing it. Yeah. But I personally love, when I'm a caster, I love to take the fucking AoE damage spells, stuff like that. Like, that's my love as a player, but it's probably because I play a healer in this campaign and my other campaign.
Oh, darn.
So I play a Grave Cleric in the other campaign, but he does get to do his fair share of damage, though, because I made a Grave Cleric just based on, it's a homebrew world, and the DM made a really cool God of Death called Mortal. Yeah. And I was like, bro, this guy slaps so hard, I'm gonna be a cleric for him and be a Grave Cleric. And everyone was happy because then they were like, hey, we can be whatever. I was the only caster initially. We had two fighters, a rogue, what is a monk, and then me as the cleric. And that was our party. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play a cleric, and everyone was like, oh, thank God. But yeah, no, the parties changed a little bit because one person's character died, one of the fighters died. Not by anything of my own. He went off on his own.
Okay.
So I wasn't there to fucking heal him. So they came back as a warlock now. So we have a warlock now, but doesn't have any healing. He's a genie, genie warlock. So he just does a lot of Eldritch Blast. Yeah, I was the only caster too, but the nice thing is, though, I made this character and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be great. And then the DM was like, guess what? This entire campaign is about fighting undead. And I was like, I'm a Grave Cleric. This is epic.
Yep.
All of my abilities have to do with killing undead. So it worked out very perfectly. The DM was like, I saw that you were playing a Grave Cleric, and I was just like, they're gonna be happy.
I just can't wait till we get to high. I hope we get at least level 6 in this campaign. Because I really want to try it to the next subclass feature.
Fair enough. If Phoenix dies, I have a very chaotic neutral pixie that I want to bring in. And she came here through a rift by accident, and she's just trying to figure out how to get back to the fucking Feywild. In the meantime, man, this place is great. Let's go.
My backup, I think, is a paladin. Just so we can have another frontliner that has some healing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, if I have idea for a cleric as well, but I already play a cleric, so I don't want to play another cleric.
If the DM lets me, my backup character will be a ranger using the Tasha variant, because otherwise I would never play ranger.
That's very fair. Most DMs allow the Tasha variant.
I think usually Chris requires it. He hates the base ranger.
No one likes the base ranger. It's terrible.
Yeah.
There's this TikTok, D&D TikTok, and it was like, terrible D&D builds, and it was like, an atheist cleric, a bard who's mute, and it was like going through a whole bunch of different and communicates only using dancing, and it was like going through a whole bunch of terrible D&D builds, concepts and stuff, and it was like, and the last one was a ranger, and it just keeps going. Terrible D&D builds, a ranger. I played the Tasha variant Ranger one time with another Ganazi character. Actually, it was a Air Ganazi woman, and she fucking one-shot a boss. I played her for a one-shot, and she literally one-shot the boss. And I was like, oops. The best part is the boss was trying to run because we were killing all the minions, so it was like a chase scene, and then she just fucking took headshot, killed it, absolutely decimated it. I took the sharpshooter feat too. So I crit, and I just killed it. It was gone.
Yep.
The DM was like, and okay, the rest of the one shot will be wrapping up, I guess.
There was mention of 6th level earlier, and I just reminded myself of what I'll be able to do once Grulric hits that point, and the whole connection with spirits will be a lot more useful then, because that's when I'll get Spirit Shield, where I'll get to use my reaction to yeah.
At this point,
where I can use my reaction to reduce damage being done to you guys.
Yeah. Like at this point,
Yeah.
I said in Discord earlier, but how many of us have fucking ghost powers? We had Grulric, Bellicus.
Half of us.
Yeah.
I mean, Caius is kind of, he's just taken the Echo Knight and flavored it, so you could say it's a ghost, but still.
Well, I'm talking in story, so it's like at this point we should probably make the ghost thing part of our crew name if we ever make one.
Yeah, like I said,
There's only two of us have to do with ghosts. There's 3 of us that don't. Well, I guess Caius kind of does deal with ghosts.
Yeah,
but...
like I said.
I mean, this session where his dead brother started talking to him feels kind of ghostly.
Like I said, yeah, he flavored it to be inclined towards the dead. Yeah. When we had our downtime and I was doing some roleplay of Gwilric going back home, at one point he summarized, all of you to his elders, and he summarized Caius by saying, he fights alongside a spirit of his family, but not in the same way I do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I didn't think about it that way. That is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So like that, I mean, and then we count Charles, who just makes more ghosts. And like at this point, I'm counting on Pyro being like a revived dead squirrel or something.
Well, I was about to say that Phoenix doesn't really do stuff with ghosts, but certainly seems haunted.
Yeah. Phoenix
has anxiety.
Yeah. Phoenix is just the thematic ghost because he's haunted by the ghosts of his past.
Yeah. Yeah. Phoenix is just like, you think when the guy was like, damn, he's like, yeah, my entire tribe burned in a fire rift. He's like, damn, jealous. Phoenix is like, what?
Yeah, I thought that was probably Phoenix's reaction.
Phoenix is like, what the fuck is with the mentors I get in my life? I got this crazy woman for the longest time who was my mentor, and don't get me wrong, I loved her to death, and now I got this.
In before we get revealed that your mentor is secretly a phoenix, and that's why he said that.
I sent a bunch of homebrew abilities to the DM a while back, so I'm hoping this means I can maybe get some of them.
Yeah. I'm trying to get more ghosts.
One of the ones I really want is the ability to if I use a spell slot to deal fire damage, I can instead choose to deal no damage and cause them to recover the hit points equal to half the fire damage I would have dealt.
See, at this point, I just, like, you have, like, a phoenix path. That's, like, going to be your title once we're established as famous heroes. Phoenix.
Yep. His name literally was derived from Phoenix, so...
Yeah.
Rise of the Phoenix. Tenacious D.
Mm-hmm. Tenacious D Evangelion crossover videos?
No, I don't.
It's
No.
amazingly weird, but they basically take a Tenacious D performance and overlay the Evangelion OST and like remix it. It is weird how well Jack Black's voice goes with that soundtrack.
I'm concerned for the content you consume.
Okay, I will I will get the video out here
Yeah.
and show you. It
He's
sounds
a weeb. Nothing to really be concerned about.
Oh, pot name's Kettle. Second.
I am only mildly weeby.
Look, I'm like, the point I consider weebs to be weird is when they start getting the giant naked potion in the body pillows. Like that's like, please go away. Let's see, where was I going?
You can show the video.
Yeah.
I probably won't watch it.
Yeah. Just like. I'm just posting it. You can watch it if you want. You probably won't.
That's my disclaimer to whenever anyone sends me any videos. I'm like, you can send them. I probably won't watch them.
I know.
Has anyone gone to see the Barbie movie yet? Because it was hilarious.
I don't have enough friends to I can convince, and I don't like going to the movies by myself.
That's very fair.
I have not been to the movies in a long time.
I hadn't been in a long time till this movie, honestly. I think the last thing I saw was like the third Hunger Games in the theaters. As a preteen or teen, I guess then. I was obsessed with the Hunger Games as a preteen. I was that kid.
At least that's one of the series that didn't like milk itself to death. The author got in and out. I have not heard of a book from her since.
Yeah, she wrote a whole nother series that was like a fantasy series that people were pretty into. She wrote it under a pen name though. She started going by a different. She wrote under a different name after the Hunger Games because she didn't want her fame from the Hunger Games to be the only reason she succeeds.
That? Damn. Integrity.
Yeah. I respected that.
Unfortunately, we got a slew of imitators that really just kind of took the bases afterwards and didn't really do anything with it.
Divergent.
I didn't read that. I saw some trailers, I saw a brief synopsis, I'm like, no, this does not look like it's gonna be a good time.
The sad thing with Divergent is the first book was so good, and I was like hyped. I was like, all right, new teen dystopian, this is gonna be great. I liked this. Read the second book, and I was like, this book was kind of terrible. Like, where are you going with this world building, hun? I feel like you didn't plan this out. And I read the third book, and I was like, oh, you really didn't. You didn't plan out any of this. This is terrible. This is honestly the worst book I've ever read.
The exact moment I had that, I finished the book because I was stubborn, but I think it was the third Mortal Instruments book, the Cassandra Clare series.
Yeah.
Because like I'm just like, look, if you're going to make this a whole conflict and then you're gonna fucking retcon it in the third book, so it never really mattered, and you just did this to make some weird taboo brownie points.
Yep.
It's like
if you're
gonna do something that stupid, commit.
The end of Divergent, do you care if I spoil it?
No.
She literally had so many plot holes that she just killed off, like, the main characters.
Yay?
And then she was like, that's it, that's the end, and I'm gonna write a 2-chapter epilogue by one of the characters' love interests that you loved in the first book, but honestly became a huge asshole by the third one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 4?
Yeah.
At least he would.
I loved 4 in the first book. The first book 4 was great. Also, the movie 4, not great, because he was like 34 and she was like 20. Movie 4 was a problem that way. They literally were like, because like in the books he's like 20 and she's 18 in the books. And it's like, okay, 2-year age gap, we're good, cool, whatever. And the power imbalance isn't really relevant in the book, but in the movie they're like, no, we're gonna put a power imbalance and make him way older than her. And everyone was like, why would you do this?
Yeah.
They cast Theo James, and I was like, no, you're shitting me. They did not. I was like, he's like he's in his mid-30s, and she was like 20.
Yeah, that sounds like a very butchered adaptation.
The movies were the worst part of it, because honestly, I watched the movies with my friends just because we wanted to like just see if they made it any better through the movies, and they did not. They made it worse. They made it so much worse. And then by the time they got to the third movie, they were like, okay, because no one liked the book ending and everything, we're gonna make the movie end differently, and she doesn't die. The main characters don't die, and instead there's an open ending, and then we'll make a TV series out of it, and everyone will be happy. And everyone was like, no, this was still shit, whether or not you killed the main character. It's slightly better because you didn't kill the main character and you tried to fix your plot holes. Yeah. But you should have done that in the book before publishing it. The movie still sucked because it's low budget and it's horrible. Actually, they had a huge budget. That's the worst part. They had a huge budget, and it was horrible still. And then everyone was like, honey, this literally still sucked. You tried to fix your mistakes in the movie, and that made it less likable still. And then they were like, okay, no TV series. It's canceled because no one wants it. We were like, thank you.
I'm just glad they even tried to adapt the book. It sounds like they tried to adapt the plot, correct?
They tried to change the plot in the movie, but it still didn't make sense.
I know, like, I'm just thinking there, like, at least they tried to resemble their book at all.
Yeah, they tried to change it, and then it didn't work. The problem was that they tried to go for the trope of, like, no matter what side you choose, the people in charge are still corrupt. But then in the movies, they were like, okay, what if we just make them all super hateable and instead let them have a happy ending and have it open-ended where the world could still change afterwards? And then, because in the book, she literally just killed off the main character for the shock factor at the end, which was just boring. No one cared about it.
That works for Jar Jar Martin all the time. Surely it'll be fine for me.
Exactly. So it's just, it was so poorly done. Everything about it was so poorly done.
The weird thing about
I actually really liked the Hunger Games movies. I thought they did a good job with the Hunger Games movies.
The weird thing with the Jar Jar thing is, like, the prequels exist. I won't deny that they have a lot of problems. But they did spawn possibly some of the best Star Wars content with the Clone Wars cartoons. Both of them.
I have been hearing people bitch and moan about the prequels for, oh my god, over 20
I love the
years
prequels. My favorite movies.
I like
I wouldn't. Here's the thing. I don't say that they're my favorite of the Star Wars movies. It's just because the prequels are, and the original movies are apples and oranges. They're very different just as sets in terms, not just of, like, effects, but also just theming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the first trilogy is a tragedy at the end of the day. That's why 3 is probably one of the better ones, because it had already a planned route. But what I'm saying is, like, have you ever watched the Clone Wars, the 3D animated cartoon, or the Tarkovsky one?
Yeah, I've seen everything.
I've watched the 3D series.
We all can agree the prequels in the original trilogy are pretty good. We all can agree that the new stuff that Disney's making is trash.
Oh, most of it, yes.
But I'm kind of halfway. I'm a yes and no on that.
Movies, yes.
The movies, the sequels. No. The sequels. I was liking those sequels at first. I liked The Force Awakens. I really liked The Last Jedi. I feel like that's the best of the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
The Episode 9, though, was not that great. And then I found out that apparently Disney was not planning the Palpatine connection initially, and I went, oh, so you literally just did it to try to placate fans with the most toxic fandom in existence. Nice move.
The problem is, like, I wish they would have doubled down on all the theming they went to in 8, where they were kind of, like, rejecting everything and not making the Chosen One line. Like, they had the kid with the broom at the end. And then it's like, next time, oh, no, it's your genes, because you're a daughter of a Sith Lord. They, like, course-corrected so goddamn hard. And they didn't
Yeah,
that's pissed me off.
I'm not mad at Disney for doing that. I'm just really disappointed, and I'll probably never watch those movies again. Not out of spite, but just it makes me sad.
Yeah, there was potential after 8.
The Rise of Skywalker is
loved
the
it.
only
I
Star Wars
loved
movie I've only seen one time ever. Every other one I've seen at least more than once, but The Rise of Skywalker I refuse to watch again.
Honestly, I watched The Return of the Jedi, and the rest of the prequels to me were just, I didn't care about any of them. I watched Return of the Jedi, and it was terrible, and then I just didn't care. I was like, fuck the new movies, these suck.
Wait, Return of the Jedi? What?
Not Return of the Jedi, sorry. The first sequel from Disney, whatever that one was.
Awakens.
Force Awakens. I watched the Force Awakens, and I was like, this is garbage. On a movie standpoint, like, if you take out the fact that, first off, it's not even original. Second off, George Lucas literally said any sequels would be not worth the money it takes to make them, and he was right. And like, from a movie standpoint, the plot of the whole movie sucked. From a movie standpoint, the acting was good. From a movie standpoint,
I mean, it was just the plot of 4 again.
They just didn't care. It was so poorly done.
I think
and then they were like, let's kill Han Solo and make it like as if that's something shocking.
Well, here's the thing. There are several things I bore in mind when I went to see Episode 7. First of all, I spent the week leading up to my seeing it rewatching the other 6 movies so I would not be blinded by fogged nostalgia goggles. That was a mistake a lot of old Star Wars fans made about the prequels. I watched them all in fairly short order, so I had it fresh in my mind, the comparison. Second, in terms of movie plot quality, have you seen the Star Wars movies in general? They're all 2.5-star action movies as far as plot goes.
I mean, isn't technically Star Wars a remake?
I mean, Star Wars first came about because George Lucas was not allowed to make anything of, what was his name? One of those episodics, sci-fi series. Anyway, but yeah, it was. Oh yeah, and so when it came to the plot of The Last Jedi, I was not at all surprised. Not The Last Jedi, Force Awakens. I wasn't surprised they went the way they did because, after the prequels, I was just like, oh yeah, sure, they're gonna want to try to capture the hearts and minds of people who were pissed off by the prequels. Whatever. They did a decent job with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you guys are talking about, but yeah. All right.
Yeah, continue. Star Wars discussion.
We'll stop. We'll stop now.
So basically the session's over. We ended up way earlier than I expected. I thought the combat would go a little bit longer. But for all intents and purposes, the session's over for what I've planned today. And you all have downtime for as long as you want. And then I need to update the mission board over the next couple days, which I will do. And then I'll let you all know. I'll ping like the general chat and be like, hey, I updated the mission board for you guys to figure out what you want to do for next session, if anything.
Okie
So it's downtime for we'll give it like a week, we'll say, in like about a week you guys have downtime for you guys to figure out and like learn and ask questions and talk to all your new mentors and representatives of your various houses and such.
Wait, so is Merrick my mentor? Because that wasn't exactly clear.
He's the person you would talk to with the Blue House, yeah.
Okay, because like everyone else he was very explicit.
Yeah, so for you, Merrick's not directly your mentor, but he is what I'm setting up to be your representative of the Blue House to talk to and such, if you have questions.
Gotcha.
So.
What's my mentor's name?
Oh, you didn't ask, so it sucks to suck. But you can ask.
I made up mine's name. It's better. That's your name now.
Do you,
You didn't want to tell mine.
When we were walking, Phoenix would just be like rushing to keep up with him and just be like, "What's your name, by the way?"
He would like look at you. He's like, "Oh, now you want to know my name?" After I am promising to help you out and give you all these gifts of power and training you and such. I see how it is.
No. Hang on. I got your bird's name.
Yeah. He just chuckles at you ever so slightly, and then he's like, "It's Track."
Phoenix Wick.
Oh, I knew what your name was. I didn't have to ask. I just looked at your profile when I was assigned to you.
Well, that's nice. So you didn't ask you.
Yeah, it's nice when you ask people's name before the conversation starts, isn't it?
You didn't ask.
I didn't have to. I knew your name.
You just started going right into it, and I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah. All right. But if you guys have any questions or want to do anything over the next week, shopping, investigating, crafting, everyone here has a mentor-ish person now or someone they can contact and talk to. And you have until Monday next week, or sorry, Sunday, not Monday, Monday next week. So that way I can finish things up that evening on Sunday. So hope you all have a great week.
Oh, yes.
So
Potions.
I mean, you know what I will do? Just continue on what we discussed.
Oh, do you want to continue for an hour of talking about that?
Talking about what?
We are getting into a very passionate debate about Star Wars.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Well, not debate, but all of us were agreeing, but we were also explaining ourselves.
Yep. But I
I mean-
agree to disagree about the new sequels. The sequels are terrible.
Yes.
Here is the Dungeon Master's opinion on Star Wars. I am a prequel fan.
Yeah.
The new generation,
Yes.
the new three suck ass.
Yes.
And Clone Wars, the series, is the best Star Wars representation ever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In broad strokes,
Agreement.
in broad strokes, my stance about the sequels is they were okay. They could have been a lot better, and the problem was that Disney was not thinking like George Lucas.
And no planning at all, most
No,
importantly.
They changed directors. That's what fucked them over. So what happened
because they didn't
Ryan
plan. Like,
Johnson was great.
if after they made 7, they said like, okay, J.J. Abrams, you do the 3 movies, it would have been okay.
So as I got an
it would have
argument
been
with someone.
one vision.
I told him episode 7 is not bad. It's a great first movie of a trilogy because it sets things up. However, because they changed directors, it ruined the 3 movies. I firmly believe if they kept the same director, the 3 movies would have been good. Not amazing, but they would have been good.
Mhm.
I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to the trilogy that Ryan Johnson will be doing. You know, like I was saying, I loved The Last Jedi. I think it is the best of the Star Wars movies.
I'm a firm believer that Finn should have been a Jedi and that Rey should have gone to the dark side. That's
Okay.
my
Yeah.
headcanon.
Yeah, but I think it's what they were. Abrams was setting at the end of 7 that he
Yeah.
basically would be a Jedi.
Yeah,
and
he
then
was
they
setting
never
it up
followed
and
through.
everything.
They never followed through on it. It's like, hey, you could.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. It's like one last comment. I miss Kyle Katarn. I thought Finn was gonna be the new Kyle Katarn for the new
Yeah,
canon.
They had to make Cotton Candy Hair Woman a main character. I don't even remember her name. I remember her cotton candy colored hair in the second movie.
Yeah. How it should have ended really did a nice little commentary on how that should have gone. That's like her role. That should have been Akbar.
Yeah. Also, I will say the light speed scene where they like light speed through the thing. That's the only good thing from that movie.
No, looks good, but it's absolutely lore-breaking because technically hyperspace it's going through a wormhole.
Can we
Yeah,
not?
it's definitely lore breaking, but it was badass. Like you can't you have to
Cinematically.
accept that it was still good.
Yeah, like that's my opinion on sequel. Looks good, shit lore-wise.
Let's not
Right.
get into the
That's what
science of
everybody
fairy
said
tales.
about the prequels.
Well, if
Yeah.
anyone wants to DM me in the Discord, go ahead and start doing it. I'll let people get out early from D&D, go get snacks, food, bathroom, whatever y'all do when D&D's over with. Hopefully next week we'll be going for the full session. Again, I thought combat was going to take a little bit longer than it did, so I just didn't plan good enough.
I mean,
Did we level up?
No, we did not level up.
Darn it!
Your level up is everything you're gaining through the houses, all your resources and mentors, and there'll be things happening during your downtimes. I would hope you guys use your downtime wisely to acquire goods and power and knowledge and things like that. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna do so many potions.
You make it sound like
come
weed.
back with a box and just like, Gwilrick, try this one. Gwilrick,
Wilrick's gonna wake up in the morning and be like, where'd
Charles-
that fingernail go? What the hell?
It's like, oh wait,
Charles will say to
fingernail.
Phoenix, if you want, I can get you access to some interesting ingredients. Not from the old source.
Okay, I think
Is it
I'm gonna.
possible-
I think I'm gonna stop the recording there.
yeah, we can stop the recording there.